5-1 St. Louis against 6-0 Birmingham.
Well, it is a big one.
Come teach your off. 60 minutes is what we do. And go kick somebody. Turn it up a notch.
Over the middle. Caught for the touchdown. Big hit again.
Ball jarred out. Battlehawks take it away.
We got unfinished business, St. Louis.
The playoff race is heating up.
When the competition rises, winning a championship just means a little bit more.
It's going to make for a fun game.
The #1 scoring offense. We should see some fireworks today.
A spring football dynasty in Birmingham.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You know I'm ready.
Come on now.
No, we ready.
Everybody got to get their popcorn ready.
Better buckle up. This is going to be a fun one.
Everyone is ready for this one, the most anticipated game in UFL's brief history. It's the 5-1 St. Louis Battlehawks visiting the 6-0 Birmingham Stallions. The crowd is ready. The players are ready. And so are we. These are the two best teams in the UFL. Not only from an eyeball standpoint, but when you look at the standings, it is very clear. A.J. McCarron going back to play in Alabama, leading his St. Louis Battlehawks to a 5-1 record against the unbeaten Birmingham team, who have won 13 in a row. Let's see, above and beyond right now, brought to you by Jersey Mike's and Joel Platt.
Well, let's go with A.J. McCarron. How about the homecoming for A.J. McCarron? Back in Alabama, where he led the Crimson Tide to back-to-back titles, 2011, 2012. He's been terrific this year. Kurt, 5-game winning streak for St. Louis, multiple touchdown passes in every one of those games. He has been sensational from the pocket for the Battlehawks. On the other side, it's Adrian Martinez, best player in the league in his 3 starts. I don't think there's any debate about that. They've won those starts of his by an average of 20 points. Whether he's doing it with his legs or his arm, he has been accounting for a ton of yardage. In fact, in his 3 starts, 358 total yards on average, and Birmingham been scoring almost 35 points per game. 2 best quarterbacks in the league, 2 best offenses in the league. Been looking forward to this one for a long time.
And the 2 best teams in the league, their only regular season meeting. Will it be a playoff preview for a championship? Well, maybe outside of the 35,000 they pack into St. Louis every week, no one has a better home field advantage than Birmingham, but it will be challenged today. A.J. McCarron, the former Alabama quarterback, back as a pro for the first time in his home state. Had a chance to say hi to the family and, before kickoff, speak with our Brock Hewitt.
Well, high school and home about 4 hours south, Tuscaloosa about an hour west. Does it feel like this is a homecoming?
Oh, yeah, I mean, a little bit. You see some 10 jerseys from college in the crowd, but listen, the biggest thing we've been preaching all week is just another game. So that's been my mindset, trying to get the guys same mindset. Let's just go out, play football, have fun.
You've attacked Chavis, the D coordinator there, 4 times at Alabama when he was in the SEC. Same kind of plan and scheme. Is he doing anything different? How do you attack him today?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he still plays a lot of the same stuff from college that I can remember. But I'm sure he'll have a new wrinkle in there. We just got to adjust to it on the fly and go out and have fun. Let's play some ball.
I appreciate it, AJ.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
All right, A.J. McCarron and St. Louis ready to go. Anthony Beck, great job in his second year. They won 5 straight after losing the opener on a 64-yard field goal at the end of the game. And, of course, you know, if you follow spring football, about Skip Holtz, back-to-back championships in the USFL. And now here in the UFL, his team is still unbeaten.
Well, I'll tell you, these guys have done a remarkable job. And I tell you, I can't wait for this one.
Well, it's not too late to enter the free-to-play Fox Super 6 UFL contest. One of the questions in this week's contest is which player will have the most total yards. Make your picks on the Fox Sports app for your chance to win a share of $1,000.
I mean, Adrian Martinez was too obvious, Kurt. That's why he wasn't available in those 4 players. But, boy, I cannot wait. This one's going to be a good one. These are the 2 best teams by a wide margin in this league.
And we will get a chance to see A.J. McCarron and St. Louis first, as they will receive the kickoff. Darius Shepard back. And a good return by Shepard. Stopped right about the 38-yard line, and so that's where Mr. McCarron will take the field in his home state for the first time since 2013. Look at the numbers this year.
Yeah, this is the best scoring offense in the league. And a lot of that, really all of it, has to do with the fact that this guy knows what he's doing with the football. A.J. McCarron is smart. He plays on time. He plays on rhythm. And he's got, I think, the best group of wide receivers in the UFL, namely Akeem Butler, who's really his #1 target. But he's got a lot of guys that can go get it. He's got height on the outside. He's got good speed in the slot. And it's a really solid system.
It's going to be Z-Surge.
Highest scoring offense in the UFL. They begin with good field position. To the air right out of the gate, and just led his running back, Jacob Sailors, a little too much.
Here's your players to watch when St. Louis has the ball. I just mentioned Akeem Butler, Jacob Sailors. He's been very good for them out of the backfield. He's a guy that can catch it as well. And then on defense, Birmingham is a little beat up. Watch out for Carlos Davis. He leads the UFL right now in sacks. And then Kavai Tazzino, he's been a tackle machine from that linebacker spot. The secondary for Birmingham is a bit beat up. I'll be interested to see how many chances they take up front or whether they allow those front four to try to get after A.J. McCarron.
On the pitch, a little end around, and is taken by Ja'Cour Pearson. And Pearson going to run it for about 7 yards there on the second down.
I think that the biggest matchup, and Brock, I think you would echo this, is the ability to protect A.J. McCarron. This is the best pass rushing team in the league in Birmingham. You've got to keep McCarron upright.
Yeah, and to your point, there are a bunch of guys out in the back end of that secondary, and usually when that happens, D coordinators play it safe, right, and really lean on those 7 guys. They rotate up front defensively over the course of this game.
He's got man coverage now. Look at Akeem Butler in the slot, number 88.
On the first third down, going deep down the right side. A little push by Butler, no flags on the play, and it falls incomplete. A.J. Thomas there on the coverage. Butler may have gotten away with it, but it winds up being a 3-and-out nonetheless for St. Louis.
When this guy, Akeem Butler, has got one-on-one coverage, it's a good opportunity to get him the football. And you see right there, he tries to get a little separation, probably gets away with a bit of a shove. Great play by the center fielder, A.J. Thomas there. Brock, he was playing middle of the field, but got all the way out to the boundary.
That was good on good. I mean, that's a matchup you wanted versus man with the help over the top. Credit the Birmingham defense to get off the field.
Sterling Hofstricker on the punt for St. Louis. Isaiah Zuber on the return, nowhere to go for him. And Birmingham going to start inside their own 10-yard line. Good coverage on special teams there, but here's the man everybody's been talking about here in the spring league, Adrian Martinez.
Yep, and his cast of characters around him. Ricky Person has been really good out of the backfield. He catches it incredibly well. He's good in short yardage as well. 6 touchdowns, leads the UFL rushing. Marlon Williams, he tore his Achilles first game last year in the USFL, but he's getting better and better. 3 touchdowns the last couple of weeks. Watch out for him. And then really the pass rush for St. Louis has to sit in Peter Damuapenu and Travis Feeney. These 2 guys up front have got to get pressure and keep Adrian Martinez contained.
First play from scrimmage for Birmingham. He's Ricky Person. Short gain.
Well, there has not been a player over the last 3-4 weeks that has been more dominant in the UFL than Adrian Martinez. 59% throwing the ball. He threw for over 360 yards a week ago with 4 touchdowns. But he's also such a threat with his legs. A couple of weeks ago, ran it for 150 yards. So he's really a dual threat, a true sense dual threat. One thing that Brock and I will constantly be talking about today is his rhythm. Watch his feet. When he's on rhythm, throwing with his feet towards the target, he's very dangerous. When those get a bit wonky and he's disconnected, that's when things go wrong.
First pass from Martinez, a little bit low. And the pass is still caught. Deion King with the reception.
Well, here on third down for Skip Holtz and Birmingham, they're going to call some sort of concept that has a lot of options.
Here we go. Let's go. Loose stack, Atlanta. 21Q. Loose stack, Atlanta, 21Q.
We got loose stack, Atlanta, 21Q. I want.
Sounds a little bit like a quarterback run, but every one of these quarterback runs is going to have some sort of option to throw the ball on top of it, but there's only 5 guys in the defensive box. This should be a run, although they're dropping a safety. Here he comes.
Pressure coming. Martinez, I think his right arm got hit, and it just kind of threw him off balance. Damopenu. That's easy to say.
Peter Damopenu from Utah is a guy that last year in the XFL was the defensive player of the year. He led the league in sacks for Vegas, and you see just beating the right tackle right there. That's Taylor Prelo, who cannot get him, and Damopenu gets to Adrian Martinez, who, by the way, got that right arm tugged a little bit. That ball almost came out. He's lucky that he held on.
Drew Chrisman, just his 3rd game as a punter for Birmingham. High booming kick. And that's taken by Shepard out to the 48-yard line. So each team has had the ball once. Each team has gone 3 and out. Maybe let the nerves settle a little bit. A lot of hype for this game. We'll see what happens the second time for the Battlehawks on offense when we come back. Well, you can join Underdog Fantasy to get in on the UFL action. All you have to do is scan the QR code to learn more. Back in Birmingham. Each team has had the ball once. That's A.J. McCarron. He found out he's got a lot more relatives than he remembers when he came back home to play this week.
I mean, something tells me he's been getting hundreds of tickets for a long time in games in Alabama, being from there and playing his college ball there as well. A lot of 10 jerseys in the stands today.
Hey, Joel, keep an eye here. Double screen. Screen to the right, screen to the left.
Yeah, usually that's predicated on the rush, the upfield rush of one of the defensive ends, usually to the field side.
Alabama showing, Birmingham showing pressure. Little screen pass. Jacob Sailors and a big hit there along the sideline, made by A.J. Thomas to knock him out of bounds. Flag on the play as well.
No, the ball's behind. The ball's completed behind the line of scrimmage. The ball's completed behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, during the run, hold on number 11 offense. 10-yard penalty.
Holding. Number 11. 10-yard penalty and the spot of foul. First down.
Well, if you're going to run a double screen, it's going to be predicated on the upfield rush of that defensive end, and it's always going to be to the short side of the field. So you're going to read this guy. He's unblocked. If he comes up the field, you throw the swing right there. If he were to go outside, that's when you come back to this screen on the opposite side. So he dumps it over that end, but there you see the hold. They get Darius Shepard, Kurt, like you were saying, just dragging down the defender. That's why he was able to catch and run after the fact.
Empty backfield, 1st and long. Quick pass by McCarron, caught by Butler. And that's his favorite receiver, going to get back just about the original line of scrimmage.
Hakeem Butler is, I tell you, 6'6", 220. He is the best wide receiver in the league. He had a huge day a week ago, 6 for 134 and 2 touchdowns. He's gone for 100 in back-to-back games. And when he has a one-on-one, he will be targeted. And Birmingham's #1 job is going to be basically to double cover him, stay over the top, and not allow him to get down the field open.
134 last week, 147 the week before that. Little draw play, and that goes nowhere. Jacob Sailors met in the backfield by Dondre Tillman.
Tight ends have got to be connected to the offensive line. Here's this block he's trying to make, but watch Tillman just fight through this down block of the tight end, and he just stays on the hip with a pulling tackle. That's Jawan Bushell-Beatty, number 73, and Tillman is right in the backfield. Sayers nowhere to go. No chance on that one. Just beautiful defense.
Empty backfield on 3rd and 12. 4-man rush. And McCarron is intercepted. That's picked off by A.J. Thomas, and he's going the other way for Birmingham. This Birmingham defense has been good all season long. #1 in the league in takeaways, and they do it here in the early going.
Well, this one is not really on A.J. McCarron. Guys, Darius Shepard slipped out of his break. Brock, as you know, if you're going to throw this in-breaking route, you're not concerned about the safety who ends up picking this off. You're banking on the fact that the wide receiver can get over the linebacker and into the hole, but he slips, and so he's late, and then the ball goes right to the safety. That's a tough one, Brock, for A.J. McCarron.
Yeah, we'll talk about this all day with A.J. That A in his name stands for anticipation because he does it better than anybody in this league. But when you anticipate, your receivers have to deliver on the other end. You get a slip, you get a fall down like that, you get the ball going the other way.
Yeah, that is absolutely sickening from a quarterback's perspective because you got to have trust that your guy is going to be there. Timing plus spacing equals yards after the catch. You've got to anticipate, and Shepard just fell down.
And Birmingham takes it over to 31. All kinds of time. Martinez, and he hooks up with his receiver, Kevin Austin.
Brock,
coming off that 100-yard game last week.
This is what I see happening right now is that this St. Louis team is just not going to allow Adrian Martinez to get loose with his legs. You can already tell they've got guys up near the line of scrimmage as A.J. McCarron looks on. But this St. Louis defense is going to try to force Adrian Martinez to beat them with his arm.
Alert edge. Omaha!
He picked up 12 on that one.
Ready, hit!
Blitz coming. C.J. Marable bounces it outside, inside the 10, and it's going to be first and goal as another chunk play by Birmingham. There is a flag on the play.
It's number 75. Your flag's good. Previous spot. Got it.
Hold it. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So instead of a 10-yard gain, it's going to come back. Christian Derillo.
What is it? Second and what? Rack it. There we go. Let's go. Lou empty. Gator 20. Lou empty. Gator 20. Here we go. We got Lou empty. Gator 20. I wonder.
These simple play calls, they've got about 3 or 4 different decisions for Martinez before the snap.
You got a man beater, you got a zone beater, and obviously the QB legs are always available. But to your point, look at all the guys around the line of scrimmage.
Ready, hit!
And they're coming. Martinez gets outside the pocket, and he's dangerous out there. Down inside the 10 on 1st and 20. Martinez runs for 21.
This is what Anthony Beck was talking to us about this week. They could not allow Martinez to just get free outside. They get a rush here, and then the blitzer inside. The problem is that outside rusher has got to maintain outside contain. He cannot get beat around that outside. That's Dalmo Penu, number 7, who had the sack earlier on the previous series, but he gets stuck inside, and then Martinez, he's free to roam because that was man coverage down the field, Brock.
Omaha!
Once he's outside, he is dangerous. 1st and goal from the 8. Martinez towards the end zone, battling, no flag, incomplete, intended for Deion Kane, with good coverage there, made by Cole.
Quinterio Cole with some great coverage. There's no doubt Deion Kane is the #1 receiver for Birmingham. He's got about twice as many targets as anybody else on the team. That ball was just a bit behind him. If it's led out towards the sideline, he might have a chance to get that one. But that ball was thrown just behind him on the back shoulder, and he could not adjust and go back through it. I think we might see a challenge right here.
You're challenging that there was defensive pass interference. Got it.
In this corner, the contact was made. He was making no play for the ball.
Yeah.
Birmingham is challenging the ruling on the field that there was no defensive pass interference.
I think he's going to have a point here.
Remember, in the UFL, you have one super challenge. You can challenge anything that was or was not called. And Skip Holt's using it right now as Mike Carrera looks at it.
All right, we're going to look at the defender 32 who's making a play in the ball now. He's going to get an arm in early before the ball arrives. It's close. I need to see that it does hinder the receiver's ability. Does get across his chest. and keeps him from getting his hands up right away. So we are going to put pass interference on this play.
Roger that.
All right, so
Number
it's
32.
in the end zone, number 32. We're going to put the ball at the 1 yard line. It's going to be first and goal at the 1. And let's remember, Birmingham is out of challenges now.
Thank you.
1 yard line, correct?
After video review, there is pass interference on number 32, defense. By rule, the ball be placed at the 1 yard line with an automatic first down. Birmingham is not charged with a timeout. However, they are out of challenges.
That explains it.
Number
to a T.
63 for Birmingham is reporting as eligible.
Well, they're a great short yardage team, and that's why he challenged it, because he knew he was going to get a first and goal at the 1. Ricky Person, he's got 6 rushing touchdowns during the course of this season. That leads the UFL. Here's the T-bone.
They love this in short yardage. And they hand it off. Marable cuts it back inside, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Go ahead and celebrate, Stallions. You've got the first lead of the game.
McCaskey comes in as your extra offensive lineman. Here he is. Look at this down block over here on the right side of the offensive line. Makes it an easy run for Marable. He just gets right behind him. Doesn't have to do anything special because of the movement by that offensive line. That's why Skip Holtz challenged that call. It was in the end zone. He knew he was going to get a first and goal from the 1. It was basically a touchdown challenge. He knew that if he won the challenge, they were getting in the end zone because of that formation and those guys on the right side.
Birmingham going for 2. Martinez, and it's bobbled incomplete. Had it right in the hands of Kevin Austin. It was knocked away, but the touchdown by C.J. Marable gives them the lead. They take the turnover and turn it into points. First score of the ball game in this highly anticipated matchup. Adrian Martinez and the Stallions up 6-0. Today's game is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. And by T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network.
Well, the T-bone for Birmingham gives them the 6-0 lead here in this highly anticipated matchup. We've seen this formation all year. We saw it last year, week 1 against Arlington. Here we go with the T-bone. They're going to run this one over the left side. Quarterback is controlling this based on the numbers. We see it week 2. Left side again, but it's got wrinkles. Now it's at about the 4-yard line. What you can still throw out of it? A couple of options with the tight end and back getting out. And then here today against St. Louis, they go to the right side. Marable is in for a touchdown. This is becoming the UFL's version of the tush push. It's pretty much unstoppable in the short yardage. And Brock, I think that's why he challenged that pass interference. He used his challenge because he knew that he had the T-bone at his disposal, and he thought that that challenge was basically a scoring challenge.
Yeah, and I also think it speaks to the magnitude of this game. 6-0, 5-1. And like when we get an opportunity to get a lead on these guys, we're going to take it.
Here's Shepard with the return. Tripped up before he got to the 25-yard line. Good coverage in the open field by Juju Hughes. Well, it's not too late to play today's Fox Super 6 free-to-play UFL game. All you have to do is download the Fox Sports app right now and make your picks for a chance to win your share of $1,000 in weekly cash prizes.
It is interesting, Kurt, and the only thing that I would say, guys, is that it would have just been 2nd and goal from the 8. You know, so it's not like that was a 3rd down challenge. It was a 1st down challenge, but points on the board nonetheless. And so that makes it a good challenge if you're Skip Holtz.
If you put up points, you're happy with the results. McCarron just gets that one outside, and it's caught by the wide receiver, Stephen Mitchell.
McCarron's trying to check this ball down, and Mitchell is kind of static, standing still, and watch the Stallions break on this on the outside. Corner is just sitting there and almost gets his hands on it.
That was close.
That was very close, and right after the pick, A.J. McCarron comes back and throws one basically in harm's way.
They pick up 12 on first down instead.
Set. 180. What's up?
The handoff to Sailors, caught in the backfield, fights his way across the line of scrimmage. Good second effort there by Sailors. Eventually stopped by Chiava Tizzino for a 1-yard gain, but that could have been a big loss.
It sure could have. I tell you, you got guys in the backfield all over the place so far, and St. Louis is going to have to do something about that because this defense is aggressive. If you look at the statistics, they're the #1 sack team in the UFL. That pressure on the quarterback creates turnovers. They're the #1 takeaway team in the UFL. And what do we have already? A takeaway for Birmingham.
180. What's up?
McCarron. That's your guy, Butler, the big man. Full crossing route, doesn't get far on the play. Tizzino with a tackle again.
There you go, cheetah, cheetah, cheetah. Cheetah, cheetah. Hey, let's go empty left, Lincoln extra. Empty left, Lincoln extra.
Here we go. Come on, boys. Hey, we got empty left, Lincoln extra on 1. Set. 180. What's up?
Quick pass. Blue screen. Shepard, he dives forward and gets enough for the St. Louis first down.
Right. Empty right. Empty right, empty right. 50 Cardinal pump Haas. Empty right, 50 Cardinal pump Haas. Tell them to run on the left side here.
Hey, we got empty right. 50 Cardinal pump Haas on 1. Be ready, Stevie. Peasy, go.
Joel, you got stick with a pump, right? And then a hitch on the other side.
Set. 180. What's up?
McCarron. Chase. He's showing what he can do with his legs. Look at A.J. McCarron slide down at the 25-yard line. A big run of 24 on that play. Flag is down, however.
And they got way out of position defensively. I don't think that there is a flag. Let's take a look at that play, because here's what we got going. You've got man-to-man, and so when you've got one linebacker lined up way over there, and you've got another linebacker blitzing, guess what that produces? A huge soft spot in the zone. A.J. McCarron sees that, and he just takes off. He's got man coverage with a free safety over the top, nobody accounting for the quarterback, and he took all that free yardage.
And there was no flag, so it'll be first down, just at the 26-yard line.
180. What's up?
McCarron close to being picked off again, trying to thread the needle on the sideline, and Mark Gilbert hunted it down and swatted it away.
All right, Brock, these corners are going to bite. You got to double move them at some point. That's twice now we've seen them sit and squat on these outside routes, one on the right, one on the left. Now St. Louis is going to have to adjust and run a double move.
Here we go.
Yeah, and you know that Bruce Gradkowski, who sits up high, right? One of the rare coordinators in this league that likes the view from up top. He said, as much as I'd love to be on the sidelines, I see so much more from above, and you know he's seeing exactly what you're seeing.
Over the middle, pass caught. Hakeem Butler. And Butler
Here you go,
out
10,
inside
10,
the
10.
20. Let's listen
10,
again
10,
on
10.
Gradkowski.
We're going south right close fact. South right close fact. 51 X spot Saturn. Can it with 50 Buccaneer. South right close fact.
Fact. The south right close. Or south right close fact. 51 X spot Saturn. Hey, alert Buccaneer near on 1. Yeah! 50.
We gave him a dissertation in there. That's a tough play.
There are a lot of words there. Here we go.
He's changing it. 50 Buccaneer here.
180. What's that?
Directing traffic. Caught underneath and tripped up. Stephen Mitchell made the grab. This is going to be close to a first down. If not, you think this is 4-down territory?
Absolutely. Anthony Beck told us that he wanted to be aggressive. He said once he crossed the 50-yard line, he would likely be going for it. And the offense is still out there.
Officials timeout for true line measurement.
So it says 4th and 1. We'll get the true line measurement and find out officially how many inches they have to go to get this first down. Exclusive technology here in the UFL. You see they're 15 inches short.
St. Louis is 7 for 11, Kurt, on 4th downs this season. It's not the most attempts in the league, but one of the more aggressive teams. And there you see that forearm down before the line to gain. I think that spot's actually a really good spot. He was trying to keep himself up, but as that right forearm touched the turf, that ball was definitely short.
Back
and
strong right. Look, we're going to start with starts outside. If they're pressed, it's fades. Unless I give you now. Back to strong right. 14 zap. On 1, right? Let's go.
So needing just more than a foot.
He said if he gets pressed, he's going to go fades. Watch out for Butler on a fade here. He's got the press.
Draw play, they get the first down. Sailors picking up that 15 inches and a couple more, gain of 3 and a first.
Good job by the offensive line here. Got to pick it up, goes with the dive. He's always got this in his disposal, and he's got to get this movement right here. And they get just enough movement, and then good run by Sailors, getting down behind his pads. He knows that there's going to be an unblocked player. In every short yardage situation, the running back's got to know that you've got to BYOB, and I don't mean drinks, I mean be your own blocker. And at some point, there's going to be an unblocked guy in there. You got to handle him.
I think the tight end ran into that snap. St. Louis lucky they kept it. Jacob Sailors wind up grabbing it, but it looked like Jake Sutherland was crossing and got in between the quarterback and the center.
I think you're exactly right. I saw the same thing you did, Kurt. They're trying to get a little bit of a motion here, a bit of a speed motion from Sutherland. And watch as he's coming across, it hits him in the knee.
Well, that's the final play of the quarter, but this is the best drive St. Louis has had as they try to answer Birmingham's score.
Football League on Fox.
Welcome to the UFL presented by the U.S. Army. One quarter in the books between the two top teams in the UFL right now. St. Louis atop the XFL conference lost the opener on a 64-yard field goal and won 5 straight since. Birmingham hosting this game 6-0, already clinched a playoff spot in the USFL conference, and dated back to last year, they won 13 consecutive games. And after that first quarter, St. Louis, the highest scoring team in the league, getting shut out by the defense that has given up the fewest points in the league. Kurt Menefee, Joel Klatt, Brock Hewitt, and our Fox Sports crew here with you. Week 7 action of the United Football League.
What's up?
From the 14-yard line, McCarron chased from behind and brought down. Birmingham, the #1 sack team in the league, gets their first of the day. Dondre Tillman.
This is just all effort from Tillman. Really good coverage down the field is going to force McCarron to hold on to this ball. And watch as Tillman just chases him all the way down and outside of the pocket. McCarron's fortunate, good strong hands. He holds on to that ball because Tillman was coming with that big right arm. Look, he wants that football right there, and just that strong arm. Oh, it did come out. How about that bounce right to the left hand from McCarron, and he holds on.
Set. 180. What's that?
Quick pass, and it's dropped. Sailors out of the backfield, thinking about the end zone, but didn't bring it in.
And they have the matchup. They're going to come back to this formation. Brock, 2 high safeties mean that this weak linebacker on this side, he's all alone. So you can force him outside and then come back in. This is called a Texas route.
Yep.
And you run right inside. That was on the money. They'll come back to that at some point.
Yeah, they will, and I think Sailors was just readying himself for a collision. All 7 of those defenders dropped deep in that zone, and there was going to be some sort of collision near the first down marker.
And instead, Andre Schmidt comes on to try one from 38 yards away, and he gets it through. So each team now on the scoreboard. Adrian Martinez ready to see if he can add more to it. It's 6-3 Birmingham.
So come and skate with me.
Well, the Birmingham Stallions have indeed been the kings of spring. 2 seasons in the USFL. They won championships both years. And 27-3 Skip Holtz as the head coach, right now riding a 13-game win streak as they are 6-0 in this inaugural season of the UFL. And right now they've got a 6-3 lead as they get ready to touch the ball for the first time here in the second quarter. Birmingham got the game's only touchdown on their last possession. We'll see what they do this time as Gary Jennings is back deep on the return. And Jennings wrestled to the ground just at the 30-yard line. Well, it's been a while since Skip Holtz and the Birmingham Stallions have lost. May 13th of last year, so what, we're 2 days shy of exactly 1 year, and they just rolled off win after win, including a championship in the USFL.
And I think that they're even getting better. You know, guys, we've seen this team, you know, this entire time, covering them in the USFL and now in the UFL, and Skip does such a good job with this group, and he's done this with multiple different quarterbacks, by the way. This year with Adrian Martinez, and Adrian Martinez has only started 3 games, and you get the sense that as he starts more games in the system, they're just going to continue on this roll.
Yeah, this is just Martinez's 4th start, but 3rd in a row, so it looks like he may be the guy, and throws like that will certainly help. Marcus Baugh, the tight end, going to get all the way out to midfield. Another big gain by Birmingham, this time 19 yards. Here he talked about the quarterbacks. He's done it with a variety of them.
Jamar Smith in 2022, Alex Magoo, championship last year. He was also the MVP of the league. This year he's done with a couple. Adrian Martinez, Matt Corral. And, you know, Martinez has kind of wrestled this job away and is holding it down right now, but they still believe Matt Corral can absolutely play and potentially win him a championship if needed.
Look at Ricky Person fighting. It's a good run by Person there. 9 yards.
Well, Matt Corral over on the sideline. These two guys are both capable. Obviously, Corral played his college ball at Ole Miss. They got starts early, and they were kind of rotating a little bit. Both of the quarterbacks in their maturity, Brock, came to Coach Holes, and they said, listen, we don't want to rotate. Put one of us out there so we can get a rhythm for a full game, and they did that, and Adrian just was a little better, and so that's why he's going to be the starting quarterback right now.
And that's a first down. Another job by Person, just fighting through the initial tackle and gaining yards. Give him 5 on this one.
You know, and as we think about this Birmingham team, and Brock, you and I have talked about this quite a bit. This system is simple. It is a college system, and it is simple. That doesn't mean anything bad. It just means that they're going to have shorter play calls with lots of answers built into those play calls.
Yeah, it's a 3-word call right there. You compare and contrast that to the pro language on the other side. That's Gruden-esque. Very, very distinct difference.
What's coming from the 38? On the run, Martinez just gets rid of it. Wise throwaway.
Who?
C gap. Or Will and C. Somebody came to the backside.
Okay.
Corral giving his coach advice there. Or
Here we go.
information.
Let's go Rob Empty. Rob Empty. Let's go Florida, 46 glance. Rob Empty, Florida, 46 glance.
We got Rob Empty, Florida, 46 glance. On one, right?
See what?
Glance.
Rob is the formation of the tight end. Empty is everybody out. Florida's a 5-man protection. And then your passing concept.
Ocean! Ready, hit!
Here comes the delayed blitz on this one. Martinez is brought down for the sack. That's Willie Harvey coming in from the linebacker spot and bringing him down.
Well, this should not happen in a 5-man protection because you've only got 4 down linemen and 1 linebacker. They have got to pick this up. They only rush 5 here. The offensive line needs to know how to first ID the front and then slide to the proper area. To have a middle linebacker as the 5th rusher get home in a 5-man protection is a giant mistake from that O-line.
Joel, they don't squeeze, talking to their O-line coach right there. He has got to throw that hot. This system is not one where they teach their guys to squeeze. That was on Adrian to get it out.
3rd and 22. Martinez stepping up, throwing deep. Double covered and a flag. Jennings, the intended receiver, and there's going to be pass interference on St. Louis. Brandon Sebastian and Lakeem Williams there in the coverage. One of them going to get flagged.
I'm here. Number, pass interference, defense, number. That's just not announced if we don't know. Got it.
Pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
Yeah, even they weren't sure which one it was.
Well, listen, they bailed him out here.
Is on number 38.
Brandon Sebastian, as well as Williams, number 6, they bailed him out because that was a bit of a heave there. You know, late in the play, pressure is coming on Adrian Martinez. He's barely getting that away and just heaves it down the field for Jennings, and the defensive backs just way too much contact before the ball arrives. That is hugely beneficial to Birmingham on what almost certainly was going to end up in a punt, in particular after that long sack that Martinez had to take on the previous play.
Yeah, it was a 3rd and 22. They get a 15-yard pass interference penalty, but an automatic first down.
Ocean! Ready! My bad, ball.
He wants to challenge. So his challenge is that there was no foul for defensive pass interference.
Yeah, okay.
I got it.
Let's hear what he has to say.
Challenging, there's no pass interference.
St. Louis is challenging the ruling on the field that there was defensive pass interference on the play.
He's giving the uncatchable signal here, but
what is he? So what was his challenge?
Uncatchable?
The challenge is
challenging. Okay.
that there is no foul for defensive pass interference because it was uncatchable. Is that what he's saying?
Is that what you're challenging, Coach? That it's uncatchable?
You're saying it was uncatchable? Is that the? Yeah.
Well,
okay. Yes.
Yep.
He's basically saying it's not pass interference.
Correct.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
We've got 38 and we have 6 that are both involved in this play. And And in reality, both players reach out and grab an arm before the ball gets there and keeps him from getting an arm up. Now, the thing we have to look at, catchability, which is a decent question, but you have to think about, was that possibly catchable if there was no pass interference, if there was no grab of the arm? And I can't say that it is. I have to say that it is still catchable. So we are going to stay with the call of defensive pass interference. He's not going to win his challenge, and you'll have to charge him with the timeout.
Yeah. Thank you, Mayday. Got it.
After video review, the ruling of pass interference stands. St. Louis is charged with a timeout and are out of challenges.
Joel, I know you like to go back and forth with Mike and Good Fun Pereira, but is there anybody better at explaining?
No,
I mean, there's no question now.
There's nobody better. And Brock, you and I talk about this all the time because we call games all fall and we have Mike at our disposal. Mike Pereira changed football television. The way all of us view it, watch it, think about it, consume it. Mike Pereira was the greatest innovation since the first down move. I'll always maintain that.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that. Let me add to that. Let me add to that. In the stadium here, guys, this is the best crowd of the season in Birmingham by far. And the 2 times Mike has come on with these challenges, he's on the big board. And every head is turned, every ear is glued to that big screen. And you can hear the reaction. And this is one of the coolest things of the UFL. And I've often wondered, man, if they did this in college or the NFL and they had a headquarters like that, it's been awesome. And you felt this audience like, okay, he's teaching me. Now I understand why that call was made. And in both cases, upheld.
And so professorial, you know, he's got his arms crossed up there as if he's lecturing to the students. Not that he would take that posture, because we know Mike is just like the absolute best, but he is so good at what he does. And I mean, I hate to say it this way, but everybody else is just chasing Mike Pereira. But I mean, we know that to be true, guys.
And I don't think it's hyperbole either. All facts. Here's Marlon Williams diving. See if he got to that first down marker.
Yeah, I think he did. Before
right on
that
top
left knee, right? I think he did.
He did.
Here we go, here we go. We got
Another
Rob,
first down
Viking
for Birmingham.
Reed, 14 safe. On one, right?
We've seen the true line show how short you can be. You can also go the other way and show you made the first down.
Ready, sit.
From the 25, quick pass. And that one, luckily for Birmingham, was not picked off right into the arms of Chris Payton-Jones. And that wound up being a situation where instead Benjamin Victor wound up being the defender, even though he's the wide receiver.
Well, you know, he only became the defender because he didn't run his route properly. You know, we saw,
blaming it on the receiver here?
Well, I mean, we saw McCarron get hurt by a guy that slipped, and on that one, you got a slant pass. You've got to assume, as a quarterback, that you're going to get a win on a slant. You cannot sit there and read a slant based on the corner's leverage. You've got to assume that your receiver can get across his face, and if he can't, that's on him.
There it goes back to Victor, who's got the ball upended. Ball came out as he hit the ground, and Benjamin Victor bounces back up. He took a big hit after the reception. They're going to say he was down
on the field, so
by contact.
Down by contact. First down.
Well, he definitely...
Ontario Cole knocked him upside down.
Definitely lost his... Someone lost a mouthpiece. It's just assuming what happened to the football. Yeah, he definitely controlled that by the time his helmet hit the turf. But boy, he took the wrong end of that. Great hit. Man, just right on his helmet. Ball was controlled all the way through contact at the ground here. So this is called correctly by the officials.
First and goal from the 8 after the 12-yard gain. Here comes pressure. Martinez brought down, sacked again. Third sack already in this first half for St. Louis. Willie Harvey getting his second.
Brock, we've seen them have trouble with this protection. They're getting these linebackers, and they're getting blitzed right kind of up the middle. A-gaps out of the linebackers, and you said they don't squeeze, and the running back misses there. When you get a whiff, you're going down as a quarterback.
Yeah, this is kudos to Donnie Abraham and this NFL defensive staff for Anthony Becht. Right, you study a weakness over the course of the week. You see something in that protection that you want to bust, and they've busted it between the guards now a couple times.
Ready, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer and New York Jet defensive back. Pass caught Gary Jennings. And Jennings down to the 9-yard line. Brings up third down.
Well, they got enough back there, and we can always talk about when you're in long yardage or after a sack, you're trying to get half of it back so you can make a conversion a lot easier. And you see the contact at the end of this. This is just physical play out of that secondary from St. Louis.
4-down territory, Joel?
I think it would depend. If he gets inside 3, he's got that T-bone, and I think he would go for it. I think he would kick the field goal if they don't get any yards.
He has time. Martinez. Sidearms, and it bounces in the end zone, incomplete. Deion Kane, the intended receiver.
Good coverage out of the secondary. And Martinez, as soon as he starts to run, I thought the defense did an incredible job of maintaining their leverage. Watch as they're going to force him to run sideways. As he goes, he wants to run up the field, and then he's going to have to run to the side. So right there, you see that rush, and here you get guys that are trying to maintain that outside leverage and forcing him to be a passer and not a runner. And that's why they're going to have to kick a field goal.
Me is a man on, and puts that one through from 27 yards out. So Birmingham scores on back-to-back possessions and regain the lead by 6. And we welcome you back to the UFL presented by the U.S. Army. 5:11 to go here in the second quarter in Birmingham. Hometown Stallions up 9-3 over St. Louis. And a reminder that tomorrow on FS1, it's the NASCAR Throwback Weekend at the legendary Darlington Raceway. Pre-race kicks things off at 1:30 Eastern, and the green flag flies at 3 o'clock Eastern. That's tomorrow on FS1. Scores on 3 consecutive possessions between these two teams, the 2 highest scoring squads in the UFL, and right now it's only 9-3, but both teams seem to be warming up. Darius Shepard inside his 10. And out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. So A.J. McCarron ready for business again, leading the Battlehawks back onto the field.
Go, back to south right close, or south right close back, 50, 51, X spot Saturn. Hey, alert Buccaneer on 1.
Is 51 first?
Alert, yeah, 51.
We got Richie, Puma, 45 pump. I want it.
Gotta go.
I just love the differences in these systems. And Brock, we talk about this. That play call out of St. Louis, that was very John Gruden-esque. And we talk about Bruce Gradkowski being, you know, a guy that is heavily influenced by John Gruden. That long play call, trying to get the perfect play via the play call versus, you know, this college-oriented system for Birmingham. Just a few words where they try to have answers within an individual concept. It's just 2 approaches to the game that both of them have worked.
It was nightmares just hearing that, because training camp my rookie year.
Exactly.
Play came into my headset in the scrimmage, first scrimmage, red, right, tight, close, C left, sprint left, G, U, corner, halfback, fly. No chance. I looked at I had no chance. And then I tried to like give it again and say it as the play call's coming in, totally confused. Holmgren's cussing me, like, what are we doing? And I'm like, this is babble. I'm just thrown into it. I have no idea what I'm calling.
We have all been there, my friend. We have all been there, you know.
I like how you remember it 20 years later, but you couldn't remember in the huddle right 20 seconds after it was called.
There were play calls that I had to put on a wristband, and I knew when they came in, I just had to read them.
He's got a man open, Butler, wide open down the field. Biggest play of the day for St. Louis.
We just talked about this on their previous series. At some point, they were going to get to the double move or a pump. Why? Because the corners are sitting. Watch these corners and how aggressive they're being. See, they bite up, and so they just fake a little bubble screen in front and get Butler right down the sideline.
43 yards to the 8. Sailors fighting his way down to the 5-yard line.
That's been a hallmark for St. Louis. It's been a hallmark for Butler. You look at what Butler has done just the last 2 weeks. He's got 6 catches of 20 or more yards, Kurt, in those 2 weeks. He has been an absolute machine.
Can you
Just shy of 300 yards combined in those 2 games. And 4 touchdowns. See if they look at him here on 2nd and goal. Instead, they hand it off. Sailors dancing his way down, and they'll spot him inside the 1.
Well, when you got to pay that much attention to the wide receiver, you got to have safeties over the top. What that means is that you can run the ball to that side. And they are almost in there, just short of the goal line as that right shoulder hit. They pulled a tackle from the opposite side and down inside the 1.
Plus kick. Hurry up! Hurry up! Set.
Sailors along the backfield. McCarron. Butler broken up. In and out of the hands of Butler. Mark Gilbert brought the pressure and got just enough of that football to cause it to be incomplete.
Yeah, this is a one-on-one situation, and Gilbert is overmatched here. Butler is, again, 6'6", and he wins inside. He's got to catch that. I understand it's on the back hip, but he's got to catch that ball. I thought Gilbert was beat badly, and again, I get it. It's on the back hip, but he certainly can come away with that. McCarron's got to give him a ball that's just in front, right on his face mask.
Yeah, that did go through the hands of Butler. So they're going forward on 4th down.
They should run it on the left. They just moved the safety out. Run it over here on the left side.
They run it up the middle. Sailor spinning his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And St. Louis answers the field goal with 6.
Got the extra tight ends in the game. They can block down. It allows your running back to just squirt right over there on the right side. And he's into the end zone. Good spin, BYOB. You got to be your own blocker at some point. Nice spin move, and he's in the end zone.
Do you go for 1 or 2 here? I guess there's the answer.
I think, you know, when talking to Anthony Beck, he was always going to go with what they felt like they were more comfortable with from a concept perspective, what they were more comfortable with from how much they had practiced, and that's generally 2-point plays.
We're good. We're good. 51. What did he? What's up?
Sailors gets it. And for the first time today, St. Louis goes on top. Jacob Sailors with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. That big 43-yard pass to Butler set it all up, and St. Louis is now in front. Today's game is sponsored by Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together, please drink responsibly. And by Pods. Save up to 25% on your move with Pods.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Love you. You know we about to go out here and get this dough for you.
Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful mother and my beautiful wife. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, Danita, Ashton, and Tylen. You guys all have a great one.
And however you're celebrating, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there and those honoring their mothers, including your wife, Joel, yours too, Brock.
Well, they're definitely saints, I know, in our household. I don't know where we would be without Sarah. And Brock, I'm sure you feel similar.
No question.
We're officially celebrating tomorrow, but why not get the weekend kicked off right? And Gary Jennings on the return. Well, since that interception by A.J. Thomas off of A.J. McCarron, we've seen 4 consecutive scoring drives. This game's starting to live up to the hype. 2-minute warning.
Allegiances are born and rivalries are formed. In the United Football League, fandom isn't given, it's earned. So grab the official UFL gear and rally because it's time to ball out. Get hoodies, shirts, hats, and more, and feel the rush of victory. Who will you choose? Head to shop.theufl.com and get your official gear today.
Yeah, I'll scramble. Huh? I'll scramble. Shoot, I'll find the down. You know, I know. Don't get mad. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated.
I don't want to go. No more sacks. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, no, it's setting us behind the chains.
Yes, and I don't want to go backwards because now it's getting too hard.
I love that communication between quarterback and coach. That was after the last series. Skip Holtz clearly frustrated with the sacks that they've given up. 3 of them already today, 11 entering today, as they have done a generally good job protecting the quarterback. But Brock, you know, Skip Holtz knows you cannot move the ball forward when you are going backwards and you're behind schedule.
Omaha! Against a group that's really not done it this well defensively.
First down from the 36, Marlon Williams. 14 yards, just like that.
They use a little backfield motion to open up some space. Here's the backfield motion, and then you've got a slant right back here. You just got to make sure that that linebacker is out of the window. He is, and it's an easy completion to Marlon Williams.
Batman, Batman. Omaha. Hey.
Marable out of the backfield. Nice to stand the skip.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Hey, here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Brazil. 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 Brazil.
Brazil. Brazil. Brazil. Brazil.
It's a one-word play call, Joe.
Hey.
Marable. First down and more, down to the 33-yard line.
Let's go, Lou. Here we go, Lou Flo, Florida, 27. Lou Flo, Florida, 27.
Hey, 27. Flow on. Hey, 5. Omaha.
Redirected protection towards the right. They're going to slide that direction.
Running back person goes in motion. They go to the right. A little miscommunication. No flag on the pass intended for Marlon Williams. Deion Kane ran right in front of it.
Well, and it looked like they were trying to basically clear out space for Deion Kane, and it looked like that was a mistake from Martinez. At this point, you're going to get basically a clear-out route and try to bring Deion Kane underneath that clear-out route. And you see as Williams is trying to work up the field, that's where the ball goes, but Kane is the one that's wide open. There is a free rusher in the face of Adrian Martinez. Took a big shot there in the backfield, and they are getting pressure home on Adrian Martinez. St. Louis doing an excellent job getting to the quarterback.
Get the snap off, quick pass. And that's caught Jay Sternberger. And the tight end makes his first grab of the ball game.
Time out.
And Birmingham going to use their first timeout.
Hey, Jace, sideline. No, hey, nice job. Timeout.
Birmingham trying to retake the lead. Less than a minute to go here in the first half.
Game clock to 45 seconds. 45.
All right, don't forget, coming up on the Progressive Halftime Show, we'll get you inside the locker rooms and we tell the story of this first half between the top two teams in the UFL. 5-1 St. Louis. Trying to go in the locker room with the lead. 6-0 Birmingham trying to retake it at home. 45 seconds left. Quick snap. Flags come flying. And looks like Birmingham may not have been set.
Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's Matt Caskey, and that changes a 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 6 here.
That is just a bad mistake. And I'll take you also to second down. Jay Sternberger, the tight end, didn't get the first down and didn't go out of bounds, so then they had to take a timeout. It's 3rd and 1. He didn't get the change, so now you come out and try to get the short yardage, false start, and all of a sudden you're in 3rd and 6, and you're going to get pressure here.
Here it comes, quick pass, caught Marlon Williams, and he gets down to the 11-yard line. 3rd and 6, 18, they pick up.
Pressure leaves an open space over the middle. If you get beat inside as a defender, it's going to be a completion. They get beat inside. Good ball, Marlon Williams. Excellent hands.
Hey! Martinez runs it inside the 5. Willie Harvey with the tackle.
Brock, this has also been very good. 22 seconds. They've got timeouts, and they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So an opportunity here to double up if they can get into the end zone, and they're not leaving a lot of time, if any, for St. Louis.
Yeah, just this game management in these championship title games, right? I know this isn't the championship, but these two teams have been a cut above everybody else in the UFL, and you do not, game management-wise, want to give your opponent another possession if you can control it. And you controlled it with that 3rd down conversion right on the money.
0-2. No. Here we go. 0-2. I'm going to go Rob Empty, hack. We're going to go to the 26 Zebra Hot. Florida.
Here we go. We're going to have Rob Empty, hack. Florida, 26 Zebra Hot. I want it. Yeah, hack.
You can't take a sack here. They would have to call that last time out. And so if there is pressure in his face, he's got to get to the hot route or throw the ball out of the back of the end zone.
Ready, hit. 3 receivers to his right. Towards the back of the end zone and just throws it out of bounds through the back of the end zone.
1-on-1. Take it. The slant is wide open. Okay. Here we go. Let's run it again. Here we go. Let's run it again. 0-2 package. Rob Empty, Florida, 26 Zebra. Yep, Rob Hack, Florida, 26 Zebra Hot.
Florida. 26-6 zebra hot. I won, right? Same thing.
Play clock down to 3. And they're forced to use that last timeout.
You know, Brock, that's one of the rare times that I've seen Skip Holtz get
third and
flustered.
final of the half.
Yep.
He got flustered based on Martinez not taking the slant on the previous play.
There's nobody on this half of the field. But
Still talking about it.
And everybody slid over that way. They're doubling that. Yeah. You've got everybody. This is your one-on-one. Now, it may not be this time. You know what I mean? But go through it. But if that's your one-on-one, that's what we want to take. Rob Hack, Florida. Rob Hack, Florida,
same play,
26.
Joel.
We got it.
Yeah, and I think this is frustration on Skip's part. Normally we don't see this, Brock. You and I talk about Skip and his ability to avoid frustration, coach with information, but he likes that look so much he's going to come back to the same play. Rarely do you get the same defense, though, when you try to run the exact same thing. He wants this slant right up top here. The top player, Dion Kane, he wants that slant right there.
They look that way. They get it for the touchdown. You sniffed it out right to Dion Kane.
We got a similar look. Although I thought that the safety was going to squeeze down on this, but he didn't. You've got off coverage from this corner, and you can just run right inside of him on a slant route, and he does it. Kane almost slipped, but he's able to get that ball in there. That was a bit of a tight window. You see all the motion, and Brock, that's what coach saw. Skip Holtz, as he saw them track with the motion on the previous play. So he motions again. He empties out that area and goes back to the slant.
JT. Bump a little bit.
Birmingham going for 2.
Ready, hit.
And they give it to Williams, and he takes it in untouched. And so the lead is 6, which is 16 seconds left in this first half.
Man, what a drive. And Brock, like you had mentioned to me in the break, I said it on the broadcast, the opportunity to double up, getting the ball to start the third quarter.
Huge. In baseball, we hear it all the time, it's a game of adjustments. I wish we would say football is a game of adjustments just as equally. Every series, the great coordinators make their adjustments. The great play callers make their adjustments. You've been sacked 3 times. They are pressuring you. What do you got to do? Empty it out. And with that empty, let's motion a little bit. Let's make them declare. Let's clear that picture up for quarterback and O-line a little bit. And with it, that ball moved right up and down the field.
And by the way, almost all of those completions, not everyone, but almost all of those completions were inside breaking routes into the areas that blitz is vacating. Those slants from the slot, Marlon Williams, even a slant from the outside from Dion Kane. That's where they were able to attack them, to your point about adjustments. They saw what they were getting, and they adjusted accordingly.
And then Skip, as you just heard him, in that great exchange there, just pull the trigger. Right, if there's one thing with Adrian over the course of these starts is kind of getting rid of that scar tissue of the past, some of those mistakes of the past, and just go for it, man. Be aggressive.
Blake Jackson down to the final 11 seconds of the half. Let's take a look at our quarterback comparison brought to you by Steel.
These guys have gotten hot in the second quarter, haven't they? I mean, Martinez was terrific on that last drive. McCarron, ever since the pick, he's been good, and they've been good all season long. Coming into this week's action, these quarterbacks have been the best 2 players in the UFL. I think that the winner of today's ball game, you know, this quarterback, whoever plays better today, and you see their numbers today, is going to have a leg up to not only, you know, host that first playoff game, try to get to the championship, but also win the MVP.
It'll be interesting to see if they take a shot here in the final seconds with the 2 timeouts. McCarron going deep. They are taking a shot, and it's dropped right through the hands of his intended receiver, Mitchell, who had it.
I love the aggressive play call. Even a pick right there doesn't do anything for Birmingham, and so they go down the field. This is an unbelievable throw from McCarron. And again, I felt like you got a wide receiver.
Personal foul.
That was waiting for the contact.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 96. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And they're calling Carlos Davis for a late hit.
Boy, I didn't see that. I didn't realize there was even a flag down. I was
same here.
Too worried about that drop in the secondary from Stephen Mitchell. It was a great ball by McCarron, but that's a huge flag right there. You see late. Watch 96. Carlos Davis.
Plays way over it.
Oh, there you go. It's just an extra
it's
shove.
not on the quarterback.
Up in the face.
And just a little heads up, boys, the way they're going right now, St. Louis, the breeze is with them. It's a gorgeous day, perfect day. As I've said, great crowd. And if there's any breeze, it's going to help the St. Louis kicker, going to be at his back.
There's 5 seconds left. Ball's on the 50.
The ball has to be snapped, thrown immediately, and either out of bounds or down with a timeout.
Beyond the 45, I will.
Sounds like Anthony Beck was saying if they can get across the 45, he may take a shot at the kick. Well, good play. They do it, but will he get out of bounds? No.
Field goal.
They got a timeout call with 1 second left.
I got you, 75. I got you. I'm going to announce this timeout.
Timeout, St. Louis. Their second of the half. 30-second timeout.
This is such a smart
about as well
play.
as you can do it, Joel.
Yeah, this is such a smart play from Butler. It has to be thrown right away, and look at him just go down. He knows the situation. He gives himself up, and now you can immediately call a timeout. If he tries to run or dance, that clock is going to run out, and the intelligence of Butler, Akeem Butler, number 88, is going to get them a chance at a field goal here.
It's a 61-yard attempt. Andre Schmidt. Snap is good, so's the hold. It's low, but he got it. 61 yards, and Schmidt adds more points before the half. Each team scored on its last 3 possessions of the first half. Down by 3, still reason to celebrate.
Before this, Schmidt's long was 54 yards. In his career, even back to Syracuse, he was a Grozo Award winner. This guy can kick the ball, but you can see he hit an absolute missile, a low-line drive that just clears the crossbar. And from 61, St. Louis gets points on the board. They only had 11 seconds to go in that drive. You get the personal foul, then the smart play from Butler, and puts points on the scoreboard.
Well, these, we said, were the 2 best teams in the UFL. And in the second quarter, they certainly looked like it. We're going to the locker room. Birmingham up 17-14 at half. Brock.
Well, Joe, I only have 12 minutes.
We only got 12 minutes, boys. Back and forth, right? Just what you thought with the 2 best teams going in the league?
Yeah, heck of a football game. We knew it was going to be a great game, and it is. Both teams are competing, and it's going to come down to probably the last play of the game, just probably like the first half, you know what I mean, with the field goal. Great kick, two teams competing their tail off. We just got to eliminate, putting them in field goal range with a 15-yard penalty is just not very smart football. We just got to be intelligent with what we do and got to keep playing. We got another half to play.
Well, you got 12 minutes. Go get to 11 and a half. Go.
Yeah, you took up too much of his time there. We'll blame it on you, Brock. Today's big move brought to you by Pods, and is that 43-yard pass to Hakeem Butler that really set up the score for St. Louis in what has been an exciting first half, particularly in the second quarter. Last 6 possessions all ended in scores, and right now they go in the locker room. Birmingham holding on to a 3-point lead, 17-14. We'll be back with a Progressive halftime show right after this here on Fox. We're back in Birmingham for UFL halftime show brought to you by Progressive. Hometown Stallions with a 17-14 lead over St. Louis, 6-0 against 5-1. Let's get it down to Brock here with a very special guest on the Birmingham sideline.
Well, Kurt, you know I love talking football down here on the field, but all season long we've gotten every game to catch up with a service man or woman that puts their time and their heart into our country. And today, well, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Sam Spangler, and I'm from Hopeville, Alabama.
And what is it you do in the Army?
So I'm a 13 Bravo. I'm a field artillery.
And why did you answer the call? We got a lot of people watching, right? And I'm sure some of them are like, man, I wonder if I should answer the call to serve. Why did you answer the call to serve?
So my dad and my older brother were already enlisted, and they kind of inspired me, just seeing how they act and the way they carry themselves. It just really inspired me to join.
Well, we can't thank you enough for your service and all your friends out there in the Army. Thank you, my friend. God bless you.
Brock, you sure Samuel's old enough to join? He looks awfully young there. We thank all the servicemen and women for the commitments that they make to help keep our country safe, and their families as well, the sacrifices they make in supporting them. Well, right now we've got two of the top teams in the league going at it, but how about some of the top plays so far in the UFL season? Let's look back at the best of the UFL so far.
Spring football is back in the UFL.
Let's ball out, baby!
Game-changing hit. He's got a man downfield. Touchdown. All about the offense now. Lofts it downfield, and it's caught. It's mayhem. Woo! Did we get the tippy toe? Yes. Into the end zone. 64-yard try. A star is born in the UFL. Floats one to the end zone. Touchdown. That was a rude awakening. Garbers throws to him. Kirkland throws again. He can throw it twice. And a trick play. A lot of razzle-dazzle.
That's what he can do. He's dangerous.
Give him another goodbye. We could be in store for some more drama. DC has come from behind. This is what this league is all about. Throws into the end zone and a touchdown. Corner of the end zone. On the money. Shaking, baking, and is it? It is! With the stiff arm, and this place is berserk. Oh, mercy! Oh my goodness, he got smoked. Oh, he showed the toughness. It is intercepted. Outstanding catch.
I can't believe he brought this one in.
Only one hand necessary. Throws down the seam, and what a catch for the win. He's got it. Jake Bates, the hero again.
Today's UFL on Fox Halftime is presented by Progressive. Welcome back to Birmingham. Good one here at the half. 17-14 home team over St. Louis so far. It was an entertaining game. We had a little of everything. Quality defense. The offenses got in rhythm. Let's see how we got to 17-14. Early, the defense for Birmingham took advantage of a slip. Wide receiver slip. A.J. Thomas, interception. This has been a team that has thrived on turnovers. In fact, they are the best takeaway team in the UFL. That led to a touchdown. C.J. Marable out of that T formation, 1 yard rush. That was after a challenge, by the way. Skip Holtz, successful challenge. It was first and goal. They would score. Jacob Sailors returns the favor. 1 yard touchdown run there for St. Louis. Birmingham got themselves all the way down the field. Deion Kane with the touchdown catch. They would tack on a 2-point conversion, but right before the half, Andre Smith, 61-yard field goal. The Groza Award winner from Syracuse, that's his career long. The line drive was good, and it's 17-14. Battlehawks sneaking those 3 points right before the half. Pretty evenly played game, as you can see. 137 total yards for the Battlehawks, 152 for the Stallions, and it should be a good one here as we go to the second half. These are the two best teams. We've been talking about it all day long. Birmingham, best odds to win the UFL championship of anybody in the league. St. Louis right behind them, plus 120 for the Stallions, plus 190 for the Battlehawks. The Battlehawks need this one. They are only a game up in their side of the standings, the XFL, for that home field in the first round. Anthony Beck, Skip Holtz, A.J. McCarron, Adrian Martinez. We've got a good one brewing in Birmingham. Unreal. Wow. This is insane. I mean, everything
United Football League on Fox.
Ready for the start of the second half here in Birmingham. 6-0 Stallions have a 3-point lead over St. Louis, who's 5-1, riding a 5-game win streak. Here in Week 7 action of the UFL, and you can see each team scored the last 3 times they touched the ball in the first half. Joel, it almost felt like a kind of a boxing match. They kind of felt each other out early going, and then boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and what I loved is that each coaching staff made great adjustments. And Brock was talking about it, and each coaching staff, defensively, offensively, got to the things that they needed to based on what was happening on the other side.
There's Gary Jennings on the return. Birmingham will have the ball first. Brock Heward standing by with the St. Louis head coach.
Well, what was the messaging there at halftime, Coach?
Well, the message before the game was let's bring a surgical knife to this game and play with precision. We brought a butter knife to the first half, and we're only down by 3. So let's keep it going. Let's be precise. Whatever happened in the first half, it's done. The best 30 minutes by either team is going to pull this one
You
off.
told me before the game you were going to be aggressive. 2 fourth-down conversions pay off. Does that aggressiveness continue in the second frame?
We got to win this ball game, man. All in, man. We're all in on this one. We will be aggressive when needed.
Appreciate it, Anthony. Thanks.
I think that's Anthony Beck's personality. Be aggressive. He's Ricky Person. Aggressively fighting his way out to the 43-yard line. Look at Martinez, and really in that second quarter, he got rolling from a passing standpoint.
Yeah, and think about his 11 total completions today, 8 different receivers. You know, so he's spreading the ball around, using the system, and trying to take what the defense gives, and that's what Skip has constantly beat into him on the other side. McCarron's played well as well. But Brock, this is what we always talk about, is Skip Holtz communicating with his quarterback, and he's always getting the quarterbacks to just take what they give you.
Telling Joel that 5 of the 6 games they've had a different leading receiver.
There's Person with a big run. Lowers his shoulder and keeps going. Fired up coming out of the locker room. Big run of 11.
And boy, a physical run by a running back. That will get everyone going. That'll get those guys up front going. Look at
This is
Person.
timeout for an injured player.
He is fired up, and that run game, which was the best in the UFL, look at him just run over in the secondary. That's Quinterio Cole, just runs him over. Cole is trying to hang on.
Please reset the play clock to 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the play clock, please. Media timeout.
We do have an injured Battlehawk player on the field, so as Person's firing up his sideline, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here. 17-14 Stallions driving.
Well, coming up next, it's Baseball Night in America on Fox. All you fans in St. Louis, we've got the Cardinals against the Brewers. If you don't get that game, you'll catch Ellie De La Cruz and the Reds taking on the Giants. Check the game in your area. It's next, right here on Fox. You know, last week there was a rain delay during the Cardinals game, so what do you do if you're in St. Louis? You put on the Battlehawk game.
That's right.
People in St. Louis love their sports, and they've really taken this Battlehawk team.
Yeah, they're the #1 attendance in the UFL. Look at them traveling down to Birmingham. Great fan base. The championship game of the UFL, regardless of who's in it, will be in St. Louis, honoring that fan base, obviously. Good location, perfect venue for the championship of the UFL. That'll be later this summer.
First possession of the second half here in Birmingham. Martinez over the middle, wide open, Sternberger, and the tight end down to the 28-yard line. 17 yards on that reception.
Well, you get calm if you're Adrian Martinez, and you get a little bit of a rhythm, and watch out, because, Brock, there's a bunch of man coverage being played, and you know Skip Holtz is going to get guys open. So there's a bunch of motion before the snap. You see on that last play, Brock, they motioned. It's not man. No one runs with the back, so he knows it's zone. Everyone sits down. It's an easy completion.
Ocean. Ready, sit.
Time again. That one's dropped by Sternberger, the tight end.
Martinez, incomplete.
And Harvey was right there getting his way of his vision a little bit.
Good coverage right there, and we'll see if Birmingham tries to get back to the run game. You know, they've got 10 rushes so far, 74 yards, 7.4 per rush. St. Louis does not have Mike Rose, their normal Mike linebacker in the middle there. And there he is. He was injured last week, couldn't answer the bell this week with that right ankle. And here comes some run game.
C.J. Marable. He's listening to the third down call.
Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go, Rob. Here we go. Rob tight hack. Now, will they go to man here? Rob tight hack. Rob tight hack. Let's go rodeo. 28 trade now. Rob tight hack. Rodeo. 28 trade now.
We got Rob tight hack. Rodeo. 28 trade now. I want it.
Anticipating coverage here. This is a man beater.
Ocean.
He's got it. Cover 0. Here they come.
Here comes the blitz. Martinez. Downfield, and it's dropped. Pass intended for Benjamin Victor. Couldn't hold his footing. And that's the second time we've seen a ball that was supposed to go to him thrown on the mark, but Benjamin just can't handle it.
Yeah, this one hit the eject button on his chest. Adrian Martinez, as he rolls out, beautiful block by the back to get that edge down, and Victor's got to make a little bit of adjustment, but he can't bring it in. And you know, you go back to covering Benjamin at Ohio State, and I had a lot of those games, and this was the knock on Benjamin Victor even back as a Buckeye, was he does tend to struggle with drops.
Ahmed with a 41-yard attempt, and he missed it. Wide left. And so the Stallions come out in the second half, knocking on the door, but it doesn't get answered. You talk about a game of inches this close to having first and goal. Instead, they try a field goal. It doesn't work. It's still a 3-point game. That was today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Well, Birmingham fans have been there for this team. The 2 years they won the USFL championship, but they're there today as they play the biggest game of the UFL season as A.J. McCarron and the St. Louis Battlehawks take over for the first time here in the second half. Pump fake. Gets away. Flag is down as that one is tipped incomplete. A lot of things going on here. Let's see what the penalty is about.
I wouldn't be shocked if this is, we'll see if this is an offensive hold in the backfield or if they get a force collar on.
Okay.
Holding 75.
So you got holding on the defense number, and you got holding on the offense 75, so we're going to offset. 51 and 75. 51 and 75.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 by each team. Holding, number 75 offense. Holding, number 57 defense. Fouls offset. Replay, first down.
In the
correction, number
call that a
51
duel.
on the defense. 51.
Pretend it never happened.
Here we go.
Dual Beecham.
Here we go. We got Bell left.
That was
50,
Jones Smith,
both
Jerry
chip,
Jones
F-stoppers
Smith,
on.
number 75, the left tackle, gets called for the hold. There's the 3 stars, the leaders for St. Louis, McCarron, Sailors, and Butler. They got to get to Butler. They got to target him. He needs to touch the ball.
Instead, they go to Pearson. And Ja'Cour Pearson going to pick up a couple yards here and bring up second down.
You know, he's been hot lately. He was all XFL last year. The last 3 games, Pearson had 18 catches.
Hey, we got
and right now, you look at Marcel Aikman was normally their other wide receiver on the outside. He was questionable dealing with an illness coming into today. We haven't really seen him out there, guys. They've been playing without one of their starters on the outside, Marcel Aikman.
Go.
Quick pass. That's Darius Shepard. Shepard's going to fight his way for the first down. Good run after the catch. Gain of 11.
Let's go damp left, Toledo hot. Damp left, Toledo hot, F bubble. Damp left, Toledo hot, F bubble.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, we got damp left. Toledo hot. F-bubble on one.
It's going to be a little inside run here, Joel.
Yep, with a bubble attached if he doesn't like the outside defender. He should hand this off. They've got blockers inside 6-on-6.
And he does. Jacob Sailors cuts it back. Sailor's going to fight his way for about 6, maybe 7 yards on the play. Jared Jones-Smith was a good block downfield.
Brock, this is what they're reading. If they're going to run enough bubble, they're going to read it off of that defender, and you've got 6 guys inside to block the 6 defenders. So you're good to go. You can hand the ball off. That's what McCarron is looking at. If that outside defender walks in, you can't account for him. That's 7 defenders, and you would throw the F bubble.
Set. 180. What's that?
A handoff. And that's taken by Wayne Gallman, his first carry of the game, and he's going to lose yards. Dondre Tillman drops him for a loss of 5.
Tillman has been on fire today. That's his 3rd tackle for loss. He had a nice play early in the game, and then he had a sack. Tillman got to the quarterback, and here, right up the field, working against the right tackle. That's Juwan Bushell-Beatty, who did not play a week ago with an injury, and Tillman just beats him to his outside shoulder, and Gallman had nowhere to go, and now you've got a long 3rd down opportunity here. That pass rush has got to show up if you're Birmingham.
Needing to get to the Birmingham 45. McCarron throws that way. Incomplete. Pass intended for Mitchell. It will fall silently and bring up a punt.
Brock, they're trying to change up that coverage as best they can, and when they get into a 3rd down, St. Louis is not motioning as much, which allows them to disguise, and I thought that McCarron, for the first time today, got tricked on that one. That defense was not what he was anticipating it being.
Sterling Hoffrichter on the punt.
What we got?
False start offense number 51. False start 51.
False start. False start. Number 51. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You know, guys, Anthony Becht wanted him to be precise like a scalpel. He said they brought a butter knife for the first half. In this series, they're using a spoon.
It's going the wrong way if you're trying to cut through.
Let's go.
A little more room for Hoffrichter to punt, maybe. Calls for the fair catch. He touched that ball, and St. Louis will recover. Jerome Cap, Johnny on the spot. A big mistake by Birmingham. That spoon just became a silver spoon.
Over by the sideline, you're exactly right.
The ruling on the field is that the kick was touched by the receivers and then recovered by the kicking team. 1st down.
I mean, the drops continue. We've seen them on offense, and there's Zuber, number 18. He's back to try to receive this. I don't think, based on the shadow, he's not looking into the sun. The sun is over way off to his right. He's not looking down his shadow.
No, Joel, he just slipped. And remember this is his first punt return of the season.
Yep.
Amari Rogers out today. He has been their punt returner.
Can you slow this replay that we had down? Just hold a sec.
And Rogers, the leading punt man in the UFL. But out with an injury today, Zuber back there, and Mike Pereira going to take a look and make sure he touched this. Here's another replay.
Yeah, it's just trying to see if it hits
Play
his
is under
leg
video review to determine whether the kick was
or
touched by the receiving
arm.
team.
And hits his leg. Okay, so we have it bouncing, hitting his leg, hitting his body. Recovery is at the 11. No advance allowed after that. So it'll be 1st down for St. Louis at the 11.
Roger that. After video review, the ruling on the field stands. 1st down.
And so it will be a recovery by St. Louis, and they're going to have great field position here after the punt. Ball on the 11-yard line of Birmingham. You know what's interesting, Joel, is we talked about the Stallion team having won 13 in a row, being undefeated. We've seen them make uncharacteristic mistakes here in this second half already.
Yeah, you think about a personal foul right before the half that allowed St. Louis to get 3 points here, gifting them a possession here inside the 15 on a turnover on special teams.
First down from the 11, Pearson. Jimmy wrapped up after a 3-yard gain.
You know, they've got to make sure that this ball is caught behind the line of scrimmage because they're blocking downfield. You know, watch this. You're going to get blocks going downfield, and this ball has got to get caught behind the line of scrimmage before they move up. And I felt like he was drifting down there, although there wasn't a lot of contact from Butler. So I think I'm hunting ghosts there. But that type of little inside screen with guys blocking down the field, it's a good call. You just got to be precise on where the ball is caught.
From the 8. All kinds of time for McCarron. Along the sideline, and it's incomplete. Mitchell, the intended receiver. Third down.
They went back to that backfield route where they're trying to get their running back locked one-on-one with a linebacker, and here they've got it. They're going to come out and they're going to try to run him back to the inside. Now, they wanted a hold right there. I don't know if that's at quite a hold, but Damon Lloyd got a lot of jersey on the running back. And Jacob Sailors just couldn't come open, and there's the drop at the end over by the sideline.
McCarron flushed out. On the run, hooks up with Sailors, and he gets the touchdown. Go! Second touchdown of the game for Sailors, and Catherine McCarron, AJ's wife, all happy about that as they regain the lead.
I'll tell you, that's a good escape, too, outside of the pocket. And Brock, as he escapes, I got to credit Sailors, because Sailors has his eyes back in the backfield, and he had enough wherewithal to know where he was at on the field and stop before stepping out of bounds.
Every play caller will tell you in the red zone, it's two things. If you're going to be productive, you got to run the ball, and then your quarterback's got to create, because everything is not going to be on rhythm and on time. You have to have creativity. AJ doesn't do it with his legs to run. He does it with his legs to extend and throw yet another touchdown.
Going for 2. Handed off to Sailors. This time he does not get the 2-point conversion, but he did get the touchdown. His second of the game, one rushing earlier, and now this one receiving. And St. Louis takes advantage of the fumble punt. They recovered it, and a minute and a half later, they take the lead. Isaiah Zuber costing his team dearly. McCarron and Sailors make it sure.
Let's go. Game on. Game on.
Today's game is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Football, it's a Pepper thing. And by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
A lot of things they haven't shown, and that's why now my options put in tight ends and protect it and run it, or spread them out, put the ball in your hand and say no lost yardage plays. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No lost yardage plays part is the part that we're missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skip Holtz trying to keep his quarterback Adrian Martinez loose there on the sideline. And you know, Joel, this is only his 4th start for Martinez, but this is about as uncomfortable as we've seen him.
Well, I think you got to give St. Louis a lot of credit. And you know, we've been talking about the difference in these systems. And when you're going to use an NFL-style system like Donnie Abraham has for St. Louis on their defense, it can create confusion because of all the different disguises that you see.
Here's Gary Jennings with the kick return, just shy of the 40-yard line. Let's check in with Brock with the quarterback who just threw that last touchdown pass.
Well, this is always fun, just watching these guys watch the tape. What do you see in there, AJ?
I mean, they're playing a ton of quarters down there. We just got to execute. we'll be fine. I mean, we did a good job. Sometimes it just causes for a scramble, and guys got to make plays, and Jacob did that.
Is it because you're home, right? Home, high school player 4 hours away. You've been using your legs a little bit more this afternoon.
No, I've tried to do that all year this year. Just a little more helps us on offense. So, you know, my old self can still move a little bit.
Appreciate it, AJ. Thank you.
All right, big adjustment made by Deion King, but he couldn't haul that pass in from Martinez.
And again, you get the pressure. You get a late rotation and the pressure with man coverage. And you've got to win your one-on-one battles. This ball thrown a little bit behind Deion King. That needs to be out in front because he was able to stack the defender. When you can beat the defender and he's on your back, the ball needs to go out in front. If the defender is even or on top of the wide receiver, that's when it goes back to the back shoulder. So a bit of a miscue there from Adrian Martinez.
Handoff to C.J. Marable. Really Harvey hit him pretty hard. Fights his way out to the 43-yard line. Here comes third down.
What do you like here? Okay, here we go. Let's go Rio Pack, move, Florida, 32 Frisco Party. Rio Pack, move, Florida, 32 Frisco Party.
We got Rio Pack, move, Florida, 32 Frisco Party. I want to shoot. Gotta go. Omaha. Ready, sit.
Four-man rush, but they're getting there. Martinez, and that one thrown low. Jay Sternberger went down and grabbed it with his fingertips as a flag on the play as well.
This is interesting what this flag is going to be on.
Hey, good catch, Jay. So it would have been a first.
That would have been a first down, but they're going to call that one holding and bring it back.
Yeah, 68.
Holding. Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Third down.
Zach Johnson from North Dakota State. He's the right guard. There he is, and he's going to get a little bit of inside pressure here. There's the looper, and then as the looper is trying to get to him, that's Dalmoa Penu, and he just tackles him right in front of the quarterback. It was a great adjustment by the tight end, Sternberger. Saw zone, stopped his route, sat in the hole. Would have been a first down. Now it's a long third down.
Leading 16. Martinez still looking downfield, now running. And he got enough for the first down across midfield. Needed 16, got 17.
Haven't seen much of this today from Martinez. I believe that's only his third rush of the game, but when he's been able to get outside, he's been effective. You see the defense sinking back. Long third down opportunity, but right here he's going to wait, and he's going to force that defense to be past defenders before he decides to run. You see that? Eyes downfield, all those guys, they've got to stay with their receivers down the field, and then he becomes a runner. It's one cut, Harvey can't stop him, and it's a first down.
Pulls it down. That one's caught along the sideline. Isaiah Zuber, his first catch of the season.
Brock, I'm a little surprised that Skip hasn't gone more towards the running game. Person's been really good, yeah. Marable been decent, but Person in particular has been very good running the ball.
Well, remember, like that last play, Joel, that's an RPO. I mean, he could give it there if he wanted to. He throws the bubble to the outside. But let's just say Mr. Person had a pretty animated conversation with Skip after that last drive because he wants to impose his will. The last time he touched it, he left that safety on the ground.
You see the run numbers there, but as you were saying, it doesn't feel like it. Martinez keeping it this time, at least temporarily, and gets it out to Zuber. No catches all season long, now on back-to-back plays with a reception.
Nice little play there and decision from Martinez, but brings up a third down. Those positive yards make this much easier in terms of a conversion opportunity inside of 4 yards.
Empty.
Backfield is empty. Martinez stays in bounds, get the first down again. That's where he's dangerous.
And this is exactly what Anthony Beck was so concerned about during the course of the week, guys, right? In our conversation, he just said, contain, contain, contain. got to keep Martinez in the pocket, and now we see him move the chains on 2 different third downs on this series.
You know, at field level, there are faster receivers in this league, Joel and Kurt, but I'm just telling you at field level, I don't think there's a running back that is faster than Adrian Martinez. Leroy Glover and I, the old D lineman and D line coach for St. Louis, said the same thing on tape. This guy is a running back that plays quarterback.
3 of his 4 runs today for first downs. I mean, just knows how to get to the chains, as that one falls incomplete to Deion King.
That's at least their 4th drop today. I tell you, Birmingham.
I think that one was tipped, though, Joel.
Wasn't
that
tipped?
one tipped? Yeah, that looked tipped.
That end was unblocked. They're trying to run that little tunnel screen in behind them. And here, as Martinez releases the ball. Yeah, you're exactly right, Brock. I'm always thinking the wide receivers got to catch everything, aren't I? I'm such a quarterback homer.
Yeah, yes, you are. Brock's a quarterback forgiver. That's what he is. Here's Martinez. Quarterback completion. Deion Kane inside the 30. First down, Birmingham.
Been a good series, a really good series. You know, on first down, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that RPO style where Martinez has the option to run the football or get it on the outside quickly via pass or even his own legs.
Rio, Florida, 35 Zodiac. Come on, right? Omaha, Omaha! Ready, hit!
Stepping up, hit as he throws, and that one just sails too high for Sternberger.
Wide open. I'm just saying, 1, 2, 3, shoot it. That safety comes down. Don't throw your arms at me. Just take the slant. Read what the defense gives you. Here we go. Let's go, Rob. Here we go. Let's go, Rob. Florida odd, Gemini slant. Rob, Florida odd, Gemini slant.
We got Rob, Florida odd, Gemini slant. I want it.
I don't know how well I would have done with a coach in my ear during the game. I got to tell you, Brock.
And he can talk to him all the way up to the stop. 10th play of the drive. Using his legs to buy time. And along the sideline, it's complete. Jordan Thomas, the tight end, with a reception.
Well, Joel, you know why, man. It's because this
Stallion first down.
This guy can be special. That's what Skip's asking of him. Just do the little things, right? Do the details, because these kind of plays just set him apart.
Yep. I totally agree. The ability to break contain, keep his eyes down the field. Really good job, by the way, Brock, by Jordan Thomas.
The end of the third quarter.
Coming all the way back there, keeping himself beyond the line to gain, moving the chains, and the Stallions with a really quality offensive possession. They need it, boys. They're down 3, 20-17, as we move into the 4th.
Welcome back to the UFL, presented by the U.S. Army.
Well, normally we don't see Birmingham as an undefeated team make a lot of miscues, but today they've had some miscues. Here was right before the half. St. Louis is just chucking the ball down the field to try to get in field goal range. It's dropped, but they had a personal foul, put them in field goal range. They got points right before the half. Their Victor, he is not able to catch the ball, giving them a first down inside the 10, missed the field goal the next play. Then Zuber back for a punt, drops it. First down, St. Louis, they score a touchdown. That's a minimum of 9 points that Birmingham directly, impacted in this game. Either direction, you could even argue 12 because of the missed field goal. These are huge deals, in particular in a close game. It's 20-17, and now Birmingham having to overcome that as Anthony Beck, with his 5-1 Battlehawks, look to take advantage.
In a position they haven't been in, trailing to start the 4th quarter the first time all year. Wide open along the side. And that's Deion Kane with the catch. And despite all those miscues, Birmingham down only 3 with a chance to take the lead here.
Well, this has been a good series, and Brock, almost every one of these plays has been based on the box count, the interior box count. St. Louis has 1 more than Birmingham can block, so they're going to the outside with the passing game.
Yeah, that last play, perfect example. That's an RPO with slant flat, right? So just we talk about this all the time and why it's a great fit for Adrian. If he will do what the system calls for, take what's there, because There is plenty to be taken.
Ready. 2nd and 1. First and goal.
All right. Okay. 12 personnel. 12 personnel. Here we go. Push. Enough. Here we go. Razor, wing. Razor, wing. Hoosier, odd, saw. Just hand it off. Razor, wing. Hoosier, odd, saw.
Razor, wing. Hoosier, odd, saw. On one. Right.
Trying to pound the ball here. Trying to pound the ball.
Yeah.
Omaha! Ready, hit! Marable lowers his head, and they stop him at the 1-yard line.
2nd down. Razor, wing. Razor, wing. Razor, wing, in the odd saw. Razor, wing, in the odd saw. No, Hoosier, odd saw.
Hoosier, odd saw. Hold on, right? Gotta go!
Omaha! Ready, hit! Person hit in the backfield by Harvey. Ball came out. Martinez saved it. Willie Harvey, who has been in the backfield so much today, there before that handoff really even happened.
I mean, he just shoots this inside gap, and he's in the backfield. You see Person gets contacted, and then the ball is on the ground. And Martinez, quick reaction, he's able to get on that football and maintain possession for Birmingham. That was almost catastrophic for the Stallions as St. Louis dials up the perfect pressure there on that last play.
Gotta go! Omaha! Ready, hit! Martinez in the pocket, wide open along the sideline, easy touchdown, Marlon Williams.
Well, they've been talking about trying to throw these slants all day long, so they try it again. So they bring the motion, and then they're going to try to run a slant behind it. But watch, no one goes with the motion. Look, they're all pointing at each other, trying to knock it over. So the slant, not there. Martinez goes the other route, and guess what? Nobody went with the motion man. Marlon Williams wide open. A total bust by the defense. No one on the corner, and there's Marlon Williams with a Stallions touchdown.
Second touchdown pass of the game from Martinez as they go for 2. Ready, hit! Too high. Deion Kane, the intended receiver, but the touchdown puts Birmingham back in front. It hasn't been the prettiest of games, but this undefeated Stallions team still has the lead with 12:20 left to play. Thanks to the touchdown to a wide open Marlon Williams, it's 23-20.
Slant is wide open and it's one-on-one. Slant is wide open, one-on-one. Take it. They got no passing game. Slant, 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 slants, slants. Don't throw your arms at me. Just take the slant. Read what the defense gives you.
Well, that all goes on, right? And guess what happens here to Sebastian, the corner? He gets sucked in on the slant. He's supposed to be in zone because they're passing off the motion. Well, he just jumps the slant because that's all they're running. And guess what? No one's defending the flat, and Marlon Williams is wide open. And Adrian Martinez does what his coach actually asks him to do. Not take the slant. Specifically, it's take what the defense gives, which was the flat route, because of all the focus on that slant route, even from the sidelines from St. Louis. What an amazing opportunity here in the UFL to hear the coaches talk about what's going on and see it play out on the field.
In this game, everything we thought it would be. Darius Shepard out across midfield, and great starting field position will be had for St. Louis. You see the over-under 48.5. Just over 12 minutes left. We're at 43. These are the two best teams in the UFL. Two highest scoring teams, number 1 and number 2 in just about every category, offensively and defensively. And it's a 3-point game here in the fourth quarter. Just like we thought.
Hey, Joel and Kurt, I will say one other thing, just a little detail. Birmingham, obviously, without Blewett, without Brandon Aubrey, these kickoffs are not what they used to be. Look at the starting field position now for St. Louis.
Right at midfield.
180. What's on?
Quick pass out to Sailors. And the running back picks up 3 yards on the play. Elijah Sullivan on the stop. There's a look at the standings right now. Birmingham has yet to lose this season, riding a 13-game win streak back into last year, and St. Louis lost the opening game of the season on a 64-yard field goal at the end and haven't lost since.
It was hyped as the game of the year, and it's lived up to the billing, hasn't it?
180. What's on?
McCarron, empty backfield. Underneath, Pearson. Good open field tackle made on the play. Brings up third down.
Spot Saturn, alert 50, Buccaneer. South right close fact. South right close fact, 51 X spot Saturn.
Hey, South right close fact. 51 X spot Saturn. On one, right?
He didn't get the check. Supposed to be able to check it to 50 Buccaneer, but it's just going to be the first play.
You see St. Louis has struggled on third down today.
180. What's on?
Four-man rush. McCarron gets it off, and they got enough courtesy of Hakeem Butler.
Well, I love that option. You know, he's great down the field. He's great in the middle of the field. Brock, when you got somebody 6'6", just sit him down right over the ball. Why not on a short yardage?
Yeah. And I'll say this about Bruce Gradkowski up in that booth. Anthony Beck loves him, called him a warrior to me last night. You know what I love what he does with Butler? Don't put him in one spot. He moves him to the slot, he motions him, he plays inside, he plays outside. Just a terrific job formationally to give him an advantage and get him the ball in as many ways as possible.
6 catches so far in this game. That is first in the second half. Pressure on McCarron. Nobody there.
That's got to be grounded.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's nobody in the area, Brock. Nobody.
Nope.
Is that a 10 or is that a spot? 10, got it. Offense, number 10. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
That is a huge penalty, a huge penalty. You get this great pressure from like inside, and even though it's a play action, McCarron feels that pressure right in his lap, and that is a downfield route. I mean, he's trying to get the ball downfield. Anthony Beck is trying to argue that there's a flat route there. It wasn't. That was 15 yards away from that intended receiver, Brock.
Usually when you argue, someone's in the same picture frame, but not on that one.
180. What's up?
Free play. Free play. Here we go. And that one falls incomplete. Butler was the intended receiver.
54. You got DOF number 54?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Offside. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So Taco Charlton, the former first-round pick of the Cowboys.
So who's it going to be, boys? Who's it going to be in these final 9 minutes? Who's going to be the one on the details? Who's going to be the one doing all the little things right, catching the ball, playing on time, avoiding the mistakes? Whoever is on the details is going to come away with an enormous win in the final 9.5.
Yeah, and with this field position, you probably are going to get an aggressive play caller if you can get down there in the next 2 snaps.
On his knees, Williams makes the catch. Pardon me, that's Mitchell. Stephen Mitchell with the reception.
That's where an experienced quarterback, Brock, it's 2nd and long, and a lot of times young guys, immature quarterbacks, they try to get it all back right away. McCarron's got to know in the back of his head, I can just take a couple of chunks here and try to get down to like 4th and 2, and we're probably going to go for it. He did catch that ball, by the way, that hand under the football as he went down to the ground, wasn't touched, gets back up, and is able to gain positive yardage. Good job by Stephen Mitchell.
Here we go. Set.
Got the snap off. McCarron with time. Butler again. Inside the 25 to the 21, his 7th catch, and it's another big one of 16.
Boy, you got to double cover this guy, and I know it's tough, and the reason it's tough is because he's in kind of this stacked release, this tight release here on the inside with the other slot receiver, Ja'Cour Pearson, and because of that, you get a straight one-on-one, and he's going to win that matchup. Kenny Robinson Jr., who's been around the ball all season long, he's got 5 PBUs on the season. He cannot keep up with Akeem Butler. He's too big, too good of a route runner.
Yeah, you see his numbers the last 2 games is starting to approach that here as we get deep into the 4th quarter. Here comes the pressure. McCarron got that off and couldn't one-hand it to the tight end, Jake Sutherland. And there's a flag down as well.
It's going to be roughing because I think he went to AJ's legs.
Come over here. What did he do? Okay. He did? Okay, good job. Forcible contact. All right, good job. Thank you. Number?
I don't have a number. I lost my number.
All right, we need a number on this, Mayday.
96.
96, thank you.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 96. 15-yard penalty and an automatic. First down.
That's Carlos Davis, so he's going to get right up the field, and he's going to be in McCarron's face. This is what causes McCarron to have to rush and be incomplete, but then he goes after his legs. You can't do that. He's in that passing posture. He's trying to throw the ball, and he dives right at his legs. McCarron was asking for it, Brock, right away, and he got the call.
Yep. And Joel, I think it was Carlos with the hit before halftime, if I'm correct as well.
Absolutely was, and the officials have been asking all day long, Skip Holtz, try to get 96 under control. Now they already hit him with 2 personal fouls. This one, 1st and goal inside the 10.
At the 7, here's Jacob Sailors following a block, bouncing off tacklers and into the end zone. His 3rd touchdown of the day.
Great teams take advantage of mistakes by the opposition. Carlos Davis, again, another personal foul, sets up St. Louis with a scoring opportunity. He did it right before the half, and A.J. McCarron finds Sailors for the touchdown. Nice little design on this play. Sailors is in the backfield. You get motion coming off the left. You got a little bit of a fake right there, and it's a little toss sweep. Great job by the outside offensive line. Jared Jones-Smith, 75. Good blocks on the tight end. And he's able to just find the end zone, and St. Louis marches right down the field.
St. Louis right at 50% on the year from 2. McCarron back in the end zone, Ja'Cour Pearson. No, he did not get his feet down.
Complete pass. So you got holding on who?
Holding offense number 75.
So we're going to decline that. Yeah.
Holding.
That's a good
Offense.
one. Well done.
Number 75. Result of the place an incomplete pass. The penalty is declined. We'll go to the kickoff.
Hey, ref.
So Pearson alone in the back of the end zone. 1 foot down, 2nd foot touches out of bounds, but that's okay for St. Louis because they take the lead. Jacob Sailors is having himself a day right now. St. Louis trying to hand Birmingham its 1st loss of the year. They're up 26-23, 7.5 left.
My ankle's broken.
That's a good one. Well done.
Hey, my ankle's broken.
You go back a couple of plays, and McCarron on that personal foul, roughing the passer, he went down so awkwardly. Carlos Davis, 96, he got called for this because he went low. And you see how awkwardly McCarron kind of goes down with his ankle under his body. He's got one ankle under Davis, the other ankle under his body, and he was hobbled. There's the left ankle under Davis, and then right there, he goes down awkwardly on his right ankle, and he started to hobble on the next play. This was the two-point conversion. You can see he is not doing all right. But, Mike, we also had a reversal of that two-point play. Can you tell us what's going on here?
Yeah, what we had was that was ruled incomplete, that extra point try, but it's actually a catch. If you look at it, he secures possession with the right toe still on the ground. And then he follows through the left foot inbounds, and actually the third step is what hits out of bounds. So we reversed this to a successful attempt, but there was holding called on the play, so you now enforce that, so they have to retry from the 15-yard line.
And they do it with A.J. McCarron back in the game. He said he thought he broke his ankle, but they looked at it during the timeout, and now he's back on to try the two-point conversion. Towards the end zone, throws it high. Mitchell, the intended receiver, and so the two-point conversion is still failed as he limps off the field.
Well, he's clearly limping a little bit. Now that's Manny Wilkins, number 5. He's got the helmet on right now. And take a look at that last throw, and he is a little ginger in the pocket. Brock, I'm sure you'll go talk to him and see exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he is, Joel. He absolutely got rolled up upon, and he was not happy. As you've talked about with Carlos Davis, I think he felt like there was a little extracurricular. There's been all game long, but they went in, they evaluated him, and he's not coming out of this game. I mean, he is back home. He knows what's on the line. I think initially, you know, like many times when we get hit, Joel, you may hear a pop, you may feel something, you may think it's the worst, but then you give it a little bit time, and I think adrenaline kicks in a little bit. I think that was frustration as much as anything about a guy that's been getting after him today.
Yeah.
And he goes inside the tent. And it's interesting, he broke down the team in their last practice this week. And he said he asked his teammates, what are you willing to sacrifice for a chance at a championship? And right now we see that he's willing to sacrifice a lot. And that ball goes out of bounds, and that will be spotted at the 50-yard line.
50-yard line. Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball be placed at the 50-yard line. First down.
Boy, that is not what you want to do. Give a hot offense, great field positions. The Stallions have not punted since their first drive of the game, guys. And, you know, last series they converted 3 third downs. 2 of those were Martinez with his legs. And now down 3 here with 7.5 left. We've got questions about quarterback availability for A.J. McCarron, who's in the tent. That's Manny Wilkins, number 5, getting loose on the sidelines. And this last 7.5 minutes is going to be quite entertaining.
And it has crossed the over for those that are concerned. 48.5 was the over-under. We're at 49 right now, and Birmingham doing everything it can to try and regain the lead. There have been 6 lead changes in this game, back and forth since really the second quarter. And both these teams playing their best ball since then.
Yeah, I tell you, this is a game that we've been looking forward to for a long time. These have been the 2 best teams in the league, I would say by a substantial margin, 26-23, and we've got them laying it on the line here. And it's going to come down to execution. Brock, you already touched on it. Execution. Who can execute the details of this game?
Martinez steps up, man wide open, and that's Kevin Austin, the wide receiver. And you can see McCarron trying to walk it off on the sideline.
Well, as he is trying to get himself ready to go for his offensive series, that left ankle taped up heavily. Birmingham is going right back to what they were doing the entire series last year, and really the entire second half, Brock, and that's all those slant routes, in particular with running back motion to uncover the coverage.
Yep.
On 3rd and 2, C.J. Marable running with a head of steam down to the 35-yard line. Gain of 7 and a first down for Birmingham.
Brock, this is just great job using the motion. They're going to have Williams come in here in motion right here, and then all of a sudden you get Marable on that left side, and there's nobody left. So you bring a defensive back in to be a run game stopper with the motion, and Marable just runs right inside of him.
Yeah, both of these play callers today are on it, man. Skip is good, Bruce is good. They made adjustments. Both pre-snap movements have really caused these defenses issues.
Ready, sit.
False start there for Birmingham.
Number 74. Full start. Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, first down. Empty, guys. What do you think? Rob Empty. Let's go Rob Empty. Let's go Florida, 26. Rob Empty, Florida, 26.
Rob Empty, Florida, 26. I want
another slant.
Please reset the game clock to 5:32. 5 minutes, 32 seconds, and start it on the snap. Thank you.
In a 3-point ball game, both teams 3 timeouts, and the UFL rules, that's an eternity. And the game has been back and forth here throughout the second half.
Ready, sit.
Martinez steps up. There's that slant, and down the field, Kevin Austin outruns everybody for the touchdown.
They may have run this
later. Birmingham's back on top.
Clear them out, bring in the slant. They've run it about 100 times today. There's the clear out. There's a little under route. The defenders run into each other. Kevin Austin in for the touchdown. You know, great play callers do not get bored taking a profit. Brock, I always would say guys that can repeat concepts that are working are the ones that are most patient and generally the ones that are most successful.
Going for 1.
Ready, sit.
And they get it. Jay Sternberger with the reception, and now a field goal can't tie it. And that was the reason to go for 1 as Birmingham makes it 7 lead changes in this game. The best 2 teams in the UFL going back and forth. 40 yards on the Austin touchdown. 3rd TD pass of the game for Martinez. And right now, it's Birmingham up by 4.
Let's go a little hardcore football here with Birmingham. Early in the game, you were getting a lot of blitz looks from St. Louis. So they would take those blitzes and they would try to account for them with slants from the inside. Clear them out with motion, breaking the inside with those slot routes from the slant perspective. And then it became the outside slant routes. You've got this one for a touchdown right inside the corner, and then this one where you're going to clear out from Marlon Williams in the slot and bring that slant back in. We've talked about it all day long. They have run these over and over and over again. Anthony Beck from the St. Louis side, he knows it's coming. The defensive back knows it's coming. And yet here we go with the Stallions. They're not getting bored, taking a profit, and they continue to run them, and they continue to be successful. 4 receivers with 25 or more receiving yards.
And St. Louis will try their hand at it. Darius Shepard, and he's tripped up right at the 35-yard line. These 2 teams went back and forth and back and forth. A.J. McCarron coming back out despite that banged-up ankle. And Brock Hewitt is down there on the sideline with the opposing quarterback who's got 3 TDs.
You know, Kurt and Joel, you've talked about those slants. Here was a touchdown. Here was a slant route. Walk me through what you were looking at.
Yeah, so earlier in the game, we have our receiver, Deion Kane. He told me when the slot is pressed and we have this specific route combination on, that under route is open and that we're opening the corner's hips and winning. And so when we got this look here, that's kind of what I was assuming what would happen. We get lined up, it looks like man to me. I have press in the slot, and I trust Kevin to win this route. I step up and get it to him. And Kevin does the rest.
Great play. Thanks, Adrian.
That's Jordan Thompson with the sack. And did you notice, Brock, when McCarron went to plant that right foot? Either it slipped or he had no confidence in it.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, that's tough. Yeah, I know, Brock, you were talking with Adrian right there, but not a lot of mobility, and that's when the best pass rush team in the league needs to show up. This front four needs to show up, and they are able to do it right there on first down.
Well, are they going to blitz, Joel? They've got a lot of inexperience on the back end, or are they just going to rely on that front?
Little draw play to Sailors, and he is hit hard. Big hit made by Damon Lloyd.
It's a great question. Do you go after a quarterback that cannot move, or do you sit back in coverage and try to let your front four get after him, knowing that he can also not escape if they can get to the backfield? John Chavis faced McCarron 4 times in college. McCarron bettered him 3 of those times. And here on 3rd and 8, Chavis has got to make up his mind. Does he send an extra blitzer, or does he try to get there with 4? It looks like he's going to try to get there with just 4.
It is a 4-man rush. McCarron up top, broken up, almost intercepted. Daniel Isom on the coverage. Hakeem Butler prevented the pick.
And for the first time today, you see a little bit of a double coverage on Hakeem Butler. You've got a low defender and a high defender. So as Butler is coming out here and trying to run a little bit of an out route, a corner route, they're going to have somebody under Butler, and they're going to have over the top. So the corner does not run with his route. He doesn't go, he sinks, and Isom is right there to take away that outbreaking route, and Butler rightly is double covered on a big 3rd down.
Here's the punt from Hofflichter. Gary Jennings on the bounce. And Birmingham with just over 3 minutes left in the game, trying to hold on to a 4-point lead. Adrian Martinez and company hoping to try and seal the deal. AJ McCarron hoping for one more chance. That's what I was trying to say. Today's game is sponsored by Bounty, the quicker picker-up, and by Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. St. Louis and Birmingham came into this one a combined 11-1. Birmingham unbeaten. St. Louis on a 5-game win streak since the opener. And this one has proved to be everything we thought it would be. 3:10 left. Birmingham trying to hold on to the lead. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Ready, sit. From the 21, Zuber. And Isaiah Zuber picks up 7.
Now you're going to go to 2nd down, and with 3 minutes left, remember the clock rules in the UFL. This clock, even on an incompletion, even if you step out of bounds for the next 55 seconds, the clock will continue to run. It only stops inside of 2 minutes when we get a little different play clock rules. So therefore, these play calls right here are not your traditional milk the clock plays. You're going to get a potential throw, probably on an RPO style of action. But Birmingham has not punted since the 11-minute mark of the 1st quarter. So St. Louis has got to do something different here defensively to try to get a stop and the ball back.
Omaha, Omaha! Ready, sit!
Here comes the blitz. Picked up, and it's caught. Jennings rolling to the 1st down.
And there's another one of those slants, Brock. They are just wearing them out with those slants.
Yeah, they are just in total command. And right now, if you're St. Louis, Joel, I don't know what you do, right? You load the box, they throw slants. You don't load the box, they run it. Birmingham's doing what they basically done to everybody this season.
Well, they've got the 2-minute warning to try and figure it out. They've got 3 timeouts on the other side, and it's a 1-possession ball game.
Some pop, some lock, some move robotic like
cash money, I stay in pocket. UMC, rock, don't stop it. 6 exotic, mix it.
We welcome you back to the UFL, presented by the U.S. Army. 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Birmingham holding on to a 3-0 lead, and Week 7 action continues tomorrow over on ESPN as Michigan goes to visit D.C. and San Antonio visits Houston in a Texas tussle. Next week right here on Fox will be Memphis at the Michigan Panthers. That'll get Week 8 all started, and we'll see if those games can live up to this one. It has been a fun Saturday here in Birmingham.
Ready, hit.
Here comes the pressure. Caught in the backfield. Ricky Person nowhere to go. Matarius Cole right there.
Now with the play clock
Timeout.
and game clock
St.
stopping.
Louis. Their first of the half.
Inside
30-second timeout.
Inside of 2 minutes, it'll be stopped on incompletions or out of bounds. So now you got to stay in bounds, and you've got to really decide if you want to put the ball up in terms of a pass. Now, you've got 2 timeouts for St. Louis. Brock, you know, you were just talking to me about this. Jay Sternberger, number 12, the tight end for Birmingham. He's been good today. Couple of targets, couple of catches, and you know, this is the time where a tight end who's generally going to be in line, if you get a little bit of a play fake, you can get that tight end outside and get him an easy completion. A first down here would be huge.
Leo, Viking read 17. I want it.
Sternberger spreading out wide to the left.
Omaha! Ready, hit.
Going deep down the right sideline, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Deon Kane, off his fingertips.
That is a huge gamble, guys. I tell you, that saves a timeout for St. Louis. I get it. You catch this, and you know, you're home free, but you are that close, and I thought Kane had his hands on it, and it looked like he did. Oh my goodness, just out of his reach, and he can't haul it in. And because of that, St. Louis saves a timeout, so they'll at least have one for sure, and the clock stops.
Gotta go, gotta go. Omaha!
Will they get this snapped? They did. Martinez running. On 3rd and 11, he got it. Yards and the first down to keep the drive going.
All right, we got to make one more first down.
But he also stepped out of bounds. So he steps out of bounds, which means that they've got to keep going. They can't take a knee here with St. Louis having 2 timeouts. Great escape, but right there, he gets pushed out. And so they're going to have to continue to call regular pass plays. Amazing escape, and he's done it all day long. And Brock, his legs again are the difference.
That's why he's the MVP of the league right now.
Marlon Williams on the end around. He slides before going out of bounds. Or he thought he did.
Well, I think St. Louis grabbed the timeout immediately.
Well, what about Martinez? 3 touchdown passes.
Timeout. St. Louis.
He's run the ball 5 times for 61 yards.
30-second timeout.
4 times in those 5 runs, he's gotten 1 yard more than they needed for a first down, just to keep drives alive.
Yeah, his legs have been the difference, even though exactly as you mentioned, it has not been a huge day running for him as far as quantity, but the quality has been outstanding, and a lot of these not designed is his ability to break, contain, and take off if there's any seam in the defense. And that's exactly what Anthony Beck and Donnie Abraham were talking about to us this week from St. Louis. They couldn't allow this to happen, and it happened. And that's why Birmingham is so difficult to beat. You can do everything right defensively, stop everything that's going on down the field, and Martinez is the great eraser. Even when the offense is wrong, he can make them right. And those legs have been the X factor today.
Hey, cover 0.
And it's been as much about the timing of the runs as the yardage. Hangs on to this one. And slides safely. couple yards short of the first down, but it keeps the clock going unless St. Louis, which they just did, uses their final timeout.
Timeout. St. Louis. Their third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
Well, Birmingham's already clinched a playoff spot in the USFL conference. St. Louis trying to remain in first place in the XFL conference. They hadn't lost since the opener against Michigan.
Guys, there's still a lot of game left here. If St. Louis gets a stop here, Brock, they'll get the ball with about 50 seconds left.
Raise your wing, Indiana saw. Raise your wing, Indiana saw.
Well, it was a field goal, but they scored with 11 seconds left when they took the ball back right before halftime. So they can move quickly,
doesn't it, Joel?
I mean, I think it's got to be a run because you can't afford to punt this ball with the clock stopped. I think you're right.
Too many drops as well. You got to pound this football.
I would agree, but it's got to be a read with the quarterback.
He gives it to Ricky Person. Person still fighting, but he'll be stopped before getting that first down. So Birmingham forced to punt. St. Louis will have one more shot.
Remember, you can't just punt this ball out of bounds inside the 20. It will come back out as if it's a touchback. That's the punting rule in the UFL. So,
you know what I mean? Here we go, punt. Let's go.
Hey, you got 13.
Yeah, I'll call timeout. Yes.
Yeah,
I have to.
He's going to have to here with 1 second on the play clock. Or they could even take the delay. It doesn't really matter with the field position.
Timeout.
Brock, what I was saying there about the punt is that the best possible punt for Drew Chrisman would be it landing inbounds inside the 10-yard line. That's what he's aiming for. He doesn't want to punt this out of bounds. And I will tell you, I've seen, and you've seen a lot of Chrisman back to his days at Ohio State. He was one of the best, 2 times all Big Ten at Ohio State at doing just this.
And also remember that AJ is not playing at 100%. He's got some adrenaline. He is not coming out of this game. I think that also has to factor into Skip's decision to punt this here.
Well, I was going to ask, how aggressive are you on defense if you're Birmingham with this possession, knowing you've got a quarterback that can't move, but if you get burned for a touchdown, you lose.
Yeah, you've got to have at least 2 safeties back on every single play, but it wouldn't shock me if they try to do something to bring 1 extra rusher, maybe a 5th rusher at one point during the next series.
Oh, that's blocked. St. Louis special teams. Chris Garrett with the play that they needed.
Wow. A couple of weeks ago, St. Louis had 2 blocks of punts. And here, just a massive miss by the protection for Birmingham. And you're going to get this rush right up here, and it's going to get right into the face of Chrisman. Great job taking it off the foot of the punter. And here we go, St. Louis, great field position, plus side of the 50 here inside of a minute. Skip Holtz said this game would go down to the last play, and it is going to. And here we go with a storybook ending potentially for A.J. McCarron. Banged up, ankle hurt, back home, his first game in this state since the kick 6 game at Auburn, and he's got a chance to win it.
And they're 47 yards away. Underneath, Sailors out of the backfield, forced out of bounds. And that will stop the clock, at least temporarily. They're out of timeouts.
McCarron will be trying to get this ball out of his hands as quickly as he can. Remember, guys, he's immobile, and a sack, it would be really difficult to get another snap. Maybe you would get one other snap, but if he cannot take a sack with no timeout, so this ball is going to have to leave his hand quickly.
4-man rush. McCarron can't really run until they chase him down. He's going to be close to the first down marker, but more importantly, it's about the clock.
An incompletion would have been better than that. He takes that sack, basically maybe gains a yard, doesn't matter, it's the clock. He's taking too much time.
And so now he's going to stop the clock with 15 seconds left. Well, in just a moment, viewers in select markets will be taken to the start of the Fox baseball coverage of either the Cardinals and Brewers or the Reds and Giants. For those viewers, the conclusion of our Battlehawks Stallion game will be available on the Fox Sports app. Baseball can also be found on FS2 and the Fox Sports app. And viewers in St. Louis, you can find that start of the Cardinals and Brewers on station KPLR.
Because they had to clock it, it's a 4th down.
Broken up, incomplete, and that'll do it. Chiavo Tizino to do everything. Linebacker for Birmingham keeps them unbeaten.
Well, the Stallions special teams tried to give that one away, and they were bailed out by a great defensive series. You could tell McCarron just could not move well enough on that
Number
last
63,
series.
Birmingham is reporting as eligible.
They're trying to get the first down. Pearson and his quarterback just not quite on the same page. Kavaya Tizino with the play, and Birmingham will stay undefeated. What a game.
It lived up to all the hype. Going down to the very last play on offense for St. Louis. Birmingham hangs on. They win it 30-26. They are now 7-0.
Just like we said it was going to go. 2 freaking Titans competing their ass off. We'll see at the end. I look forward to it. I look forward to it. Great respect for you. Great respect.
Not only great respect, you heard Anthony Beck say we'll see you at the end. The only way they face each other is in the championship game. Our Simply Spiked player of the game, no question about it, the quarterback for Birmingham, Joel.
He was terrific. It wasn't a lot of runs, was it? 5 of them, but boy, they were impactful. Moving the chain, 61 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, did not turn it over. Martinez firmly with a grasp on that MVP trophy here late in the second half of this UFL season.
And so Birmingham has now won 14 in a row, 3 games left in the regular season as they separate themselves a little bit more from the rest of the UFL. 30-26 is the final. Coming up next on Fox Baseball Night in America. For Joel Klatt, Brock Hewitt, and our entire Fox Sports crew, I'm Kurt Menefee. We'll see you.
United Football League on Fox.